You are about to enter the Red and Rev Sports Show experience. Get ready for some real sports talk from some real sports fans who were real sports athletes who have sports knowledge.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Rev and Rev Show episode 410. Yeah, it took us a minute, but we finally got on with you. Anyway, we're gonna dedicate episode 410 to Little John's son, DJ Young Slade. Our heart and prayers go out to the family and friends of Little John. They found his son in the pond yesterday, so we wanna issue our hearts and prayers because Little John is an avid Atlanta sports fan. I mean, diehard Atlanta sports fan with all our teams. So we want to issue our condolences for the family of Little John. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to episode 410. Man, we got a lot to talk about today. It's been a big sports week. I mean, I wouldn't even think the Super Bowl was played this week. So much been going on in the NBA. So we got NBA talk, football talk, lots of it. So we're not going to even waste time because it took us a minute to get started. Let's start episode 14 right now.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Red and Rev Sports Show featuring Coach Patrick Thomas. Red and Coach are coming to you live from the ATL Show. Wow, the good Reverend's coming to you live from Eastern Pennsylvania, Coatesville, PA. We come to give you real sports talk because we are real sports fans who are real sports athletes who have what, gentlemen? Real sports knowledge. So hang out with your boys, Red, the good Reverend, and Coach for episode 410 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. And as is our sports custom, we turn our numbers attention to our residential numerologist on the panel, Coach Patrick Thomas, to give us something or someone dealing with those three digits, 410. What do you have for us, Coach?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I got an unusual one today. I don't know how it's going to be received by my illustrious panel, but hey, I take chances every day crossing the street, so I might as well take a chance with this one. And number 410 goes to one Aaron Gibson. That name may not sound familiar to fans, but in 1999, Aaron Gibson was the recorded heaviest player to play pro football for the National Football League. He played for 3 teams, and guess how much he weighed? 410 pounds. So that I crossed the street on that one. I'm sure I may not make it through the next show, so if y'all don't see me next week, you know why. 410, Aaron Gibson, 1999. He's the heaviest football player on record. And I'll check out now. Y'all take care. Rev got that look. I don't even want
I mean, that definitely caught me by surprise. I didn't know we were going the weight route, but hey, you made it a sports story, so God bless you, Coach.
Yep. That's a lot.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming, but hey, it's all good. But nevertheless, we want to welcome everyone to the Red and Rev Sports Show featuring Coach, episode 410. As we get into this, please like and share this broadcast. Hit that like button, hit the share button. Who knows, somebody who sees your share may become a part of the best nation in sports media, sports talk, which is the Revanite Nation. And as we talk about that nation, let's welcome them right quick. Let's see who's tuned in. As we've started a little bit late, and I'll take the full brunt of that, my fault for having us start late. I was on another live, and we couldn't go live on StreamYard, so that's my fault. But nevertheless, Winston, what's going on? Says chat, smash that like button. We appreciate you, Winston, as always. He says y'all are shared. Thank you, man. We greatly appreciate you. The VP is in the building, ready to slam down the gavel on another fire session of the Red and Red Sports Show. Revanite Nation, let's rise up and show out. Coach, numerology was ... creative. No doubt about it. What's up, fellas? Glad to see you, and we're glad to see you as well. And we're excited because it looks like you're gonna be locked in with us the whole show. You're not flying today anywhere because you normally say I'll just be in for a few. So it's wonderful to have the vice president of the Revanite Nation being with us live and in living color. Antonio Henderson, what's up? Appreciate you. Thank you for the encouragement of having a great show. Let's jump right into it. You brothers know how we do it. We start each show with what we call our dope, nope, and cope moments for the sports week. We dope when we say what was our most exciting moment. We nope, no moment where we're still shaking our head saying, what in the world? And also we cope trying to wrap our minds around something that took place during the sports week. Armani Newsom, what's going on, man? Good morning to you. Let's jump into it. I'm gonna start with Red this week, and then we'll go to Coach. Then I'll come to myself. What are you doping on, Redrick?
I am doping on one Hawk Center, Jock Lindale. Jock Lindale. Boy, hadn't heard of you before this week. And what do? You get traded from the Grizzlies to the Hawks. You don't fly. You hop in a car. You drive 5 hours to Atlanta. And what do? You get on the first game. You drop 26 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 blocks. Jock, what a debut. What a shock. Because I didn't know Jock had it in him like that. But, man, good trade, Unzi. Good player, Jock. Way to show up in your Hawks debut. We're going to need more of that, man. I ain't going to hold you to that every night. But, man, you just keep playing with that effort and energy. That'll help my Hawks out a whole lot because we need a big presence in the middle. Not 7 foot, 6'11", not bad. 4 blocks against a pretty I can't think who played the other night, but it was I have to go back. Utah. So good debut for the Hawks. Jock Lindale. That is my dope moment for the week. Jock Lindale, Atlanta Hawks.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent.
What are you doping on, Coach?
Oh man, you know what I'm doping on. I'm fired up. It's that day. All blue. Carolina versus Duke. Today is 6:30. I'm ready to see it. Carolina and Duke both riding winning streaks. Both of them got freshmen who are considered to be the top players of the year. And it's just going to be some good old-fashioned hate. I wish H.O. was on here today, but he's getting taken care of business because me and him have a little discussion right now. But we're going to be down in Chapel Hill tonight, baby. So Duke and Carolina day. Old-fashioned hate. Go Tar Heels.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so glad Red did not take my dope. I was a little nervous because I only had one dope prepared for today. When he went the Atlanta Hawks route, I was like, Lord have mercy, about to take my dope. But thank you for going in a different Hawks direction. I got a dope on one Jalen Johnson, who this past week was named one of the reserves of the NBA All-Star team, as he will be representing the Atlanta Hawks in the 2026 All-Star game, officially letting us know that there is a new chapter in Atlanta Hawks basketball. What a wonderful time to be named to the All-Star game in light of the trade of Trae Young that just took place a few weeks ago. So now people can begin looking at you, not only looking at Jalen, not only locally, but nationally as the new face of the Atlanta Hawks until they get another star to run side by side with him. And some people may think it's Jonathan Kuminga. We'll talk about that a little later. But nevertheless, I'm doping on Jalen Johnson being named an NBA All-Star. And guess who wasn't named one? I'll talk about that in my note moment.
Uh-oh.
All right, Red. Sorry, Coach, who you noping on?
I'm noping on one Yasiel Puig. That name sound familiar? Well, it should. Yeah. Back in the days, he was one of the highlighters. Everybody talked about Puig. He could run, he could hit, he can apparently steal. So now he's in court, found guilty of obstruction and lying to officials about his little kickback situation, legal gambling. Why do these guys have to gamble and they make so much? I don't know. But the star has dimmed. The star is not shining from Mr. Puig. And I saw on there we had a little Sammy Sosa disease. They couldn't understand his Spanish, so the translator had to work extra hard. Yeah, all of a sudden English flies away when you're in trouble. So my note moment goes to Yasiel Puig, another gambling to miss.
My note moment came on the fly as I was doping. I initially had someone who got fired from the Dallas Mavericks in mind for my initial note moment, especially after the trade that took place after the guy he traded Luka for. But I'm going to go in a different direction. I got a note on Trae Young. I'm noping on you no longer being the face of the Atlanta Hawks. It sounds good to me. I've been pushing that for about 2 years. You are not on the NBA All-Star list this year, and you are no longer the face of the Atlanta Hawks. I'm noping, and also I feel like in my spirit that's a dope for the Atlanta Hawks because you can't build your team off of a 5'10" El DeBarge lookalike who cares more about showtime than he does winning games. So my note moment goes to Trae Young, no longer being in Atlanta, as well as not being an NBA All-Star.
No!
Real, you sure that was a dope?
It was a note for me, but a note for Trae Young not thinking that he was the face of the Hawks as well as he's in NBA All-Star caliber, at least for this season. So that's what I had to write.
Got you.
Red, what you noping on, man?
Man, I see you real cheesing that went to the wild. He is really glad you gone, Drake. And I am too. Anyway, but who am I noping on? Finally, I get the rant on this clown. I've been waiting. I said eventually he gonna do something in the sports world. I'm gonna get a chance to get on him. Well, here it comes. I am noping on one Drewski. You got that? I am noping on Drewski with your lame, non-funny ASS. I mean, I am trying to figure out how is this guy relevant today? Because who think this guy's funny? Please tell me. Who think this guy's funny and who think he's some kind of actor? Well, anyway, what I'm noping on, what pertaining to the sports world, is Drewski coming on stage at the NFL honors. 1, embarrassing Barry Sanders. 2, embarrassing the NFL Offensive Player of the Year by ignorantly mispronouncing his name. Jackson Smith Najimba. Not Jackson Smith N-word and whatever kind of connotations you want to add with that, Drewski. That was ignorant on your part. That was dumb on your part. That was lame on your part. And I hope everybody call you out to the point you are canceled on your part. Because, dude, I have no idea, absolutely no idea how you are relevant in today's time. You're not funny. You can't act. I don't get excited when I see you on stage talking about anything. But anyway, note to Drewski and a special shout out to Barry Sanders for correctly pronouncing the guy's name. I was wondering why Barry was so uncomfortable on the stage with Drewski, and now I know, because you're an idiot, Drewski. You're an idiot, and Barry Sanders recognized you as an idiot, so he probably didn't even want to come out on stage and present with you. So shout out to you, Barry, for correcting that idiot Drewski. And note to Drewski, because you're not a celebrity, you're not funny, and you're a huge, huge moron. Thank you. I'm done.
Your best one yet, Red. Your best one yet.
Thank you, Coach.
All right. Red got that rant out. And I think he's
so
still
sick of
good.
this guy. Get
Can't
on
hit a
18.
softball either.
All right, here we go. Let's go to the cope moment. I am coping with the fact that we are just going to get one great year of college basketball. This year, a lot of great freshmen who will only be playing college basketball for this one season. This NBA draft is loaded with talent. You got my man Peterson from Kansas. I don't want to mispronounce his name, especially after Red just got on a rant mispronouncing people's name. But the guy from BYU, who's a stud. You got Boozer from Duke. You got a Cuff from Arkansas. You got coach's guy, Caleb Wilson in North Carolina. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. You got Pete in Arizona. I mean, this year is what made college basketball what it was in the past. And you used to have these guys for more than just 1 year. So I'm coping with the fact that we'll just get this for one NCAA tourney we only get it one time for this NCAA tourney, which is frustrating to me because this is one of the things I used to love about basketball and helped me develop the love about basketball. So I got to enjoy it while I can because it won't be this beautiful next year. We'll go back to probably knowing maybe 2 people in NCAA basketball and won't be able to name any of the All-American first or second team players. So I'll enjoy it while I can.
Now, Rev, let me add to yours. Another half dope part is that the Hawks, Rev, the Hawks actually may have a chance to grab one of these guys because they got Milwaukee and the Pelicans pick. So the Hawks might have a high draft pick. So finally, I mean, can we pray that the Hawks actually have a lottery pick when we actually have some good players available?
Yeah, we gotta hope the Pelicans because the Bucks pulled some shenanigans by not trading Giannis, and then they plan on sitting him down the rest of the year so they can keep it their draft pick because they're gonna be taking the second half. So we'll take
the Pelicans pick there.
Yeah, the Pelicans should easily be top 10, even top 5. That's what I'm hoping. Yeah. So that will add to what they're doing. We'll talk more about it in just a minute. Red, what are you coping with?
All right, what am I coping with? Once again, another NBA. I tell you, it's getting to the point they need to discontinue this NBA celebrity game, y'all, because I don't know any of these clowns in the game. Celebrity? Who's a celebrity besides Keenen Michael Key? I don't know Ron Flynn, Dylan Wayne, Jenna Brandy, Rick Schnall, Taco Fall. Well, you got Jeremy Lin and Glorilla, but okay, and Armor St. Brown. But besides the athletes and the rapper, who are these guys? Simo Lou, Cody Jones, Andre DeGrassi. Dog, I don't know these guys. The NBA celebrity game, you got to actually be a celebrity for it to be a celebrity game. So if I don't know any of these clowns, sorry, content creators and internet influencers, I'm sorry, I haven't put y'all in the celebrity class yet. Unless you're gonna say me, Rev, and Coach are celebrities, where our invitation to the game, Rev? How come they ain't ask us if we wanted to play? I mean, you got all these other folks out there. I'm saying, who are these folks? And you're gonna say who is Rev and who is Red and who is Coach? Who are these guys? And we deserve an invitation just like the rest of them. Just go on the internet and YouTube and start inviting all the content creators to these celebrity events because we all the same, baby. We all the same.
Ooh, y'all done woke him up this morning.
He said invite all the content creators.
Long as Drew's game playing.
Yeah, leave Drewski out because I may not want to go, Coach. I'll decline my invitation.
Well, this is where you can get even with somebody you have issues with because in basketball, you can easily slip a little quick bowl. Yeah, that's how you get even with somebody. So you may want to accept that.
Rev tells us his old Maze high moves.
Hey, you got to know how to sneak them in when you can without the referee looking. But now they got cameras watching everywhere, so now you can't get away with that as easily. All right, Coach, wind this segment out for us. What are you coping with?
Well, I got a sad cope. My cope is for Klay Thompson. Klay, you left Golden State back in a few years ago. You went to the Mavericks, Kyrie, Anthony Davis, all those guys. Now they gone, dog. Those guys are gone. Most of those guys that you thought you were going to be playing with are gone. And now you sitting on the bench trying to figure out, am I going to play a lot? How many minutes am I going to play? Or am I going to get a lot of playing time? It's nothing good for you, Klay. I think you made a mistake, but guess what? You still got Megan Thee Stallion.
I mean, I guess
I knew Megan was gonna work her way in there somehow. I was just trying to figure out how she was gonna get him.
Well, for many brothers, they would say that's a great consolation prize.
Yeah, she cooked some spaghetti, boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back to what you said about him. I'm not playing with those players again because that takes us to the NBA trade talk that we're gonna get to. Let's get right into it, man. Rebel Nation, they're on fire this morning. Let's see what kind of comments they're bringing to the table.
They actually showed up.
They showed up, man. They showing out. The VP is jumping on. Jose Alvarado has shown up in my social feed all week. Watch your balls around this dude. He was sneaking steal when you're not expecting it. Pause. He just got traded to the New York Knicks. He's from New York, actually. Winston is doping on AR. Austin Reeves coming back off the bench and dropping 35. I knew Red would give some reaction to that. Oh, what's going on? Said have a great one. He's doping on New Hawks. Hella debut. I guess he's talking the same talk that Red was talking. Winston baby. Is coping with Bijan being snubbed for Offensive Player of the Year in light of JSN. You got to think about it. One is in the playoffs, one is not. Those kind of
fans, I keep telling fans we got to make the playoffs.
We got to make the playoffs at least. VP said, I'm going to double dope on you guys. No team wanted to be a trade partner with the Grizzlies for their beloved trouble asset. Beloved trouble asset. Love that word. Ja Morant, I'm going to have to use that in ministry one day. He said, Ja Morant. He said, Ja Morant, shoot. That's hilarious.
Look, don't take him literally, Ja. Don't take him literally, Ja.
I guess he will be in Memphis for a little while longer. What's up with you, King Atlanta Sporter? We truly appreciate you tuning in to the show. The VP said, man, I got a triple dope on y'all. I applaud the writers, voters who stood up to the pedo craft and belly cheat on their denial to get into the hall. Now I will dope them every year from here on out if they continue to stand on business, and eventually they're going to stop standing on business. You can't keep them out of the Hall of Fame, man. I mean, I understand the 1 year, you don't want them to be first ballot Hall of Famers, but the man,
right. I'm good with this year. Yeah, you can let him in next year. They hate to get in first ballot.
Because it's going to be hard. Like you gotta get Gronkowski in there next year.
I think he might get in real first ballot because Gronk wasn't really associated with the Spygate stuff, and he ain't had nothing to do with Tom Brady to play this football. So Gronk might get in first ballot because he wasn't there with Spygate.
And the thing that's going to help Gronk is the fact that he has reinvented himself post football. He's a commentator. He's everywhere. Right. So that's great publicity.
Those army commercials really gonna help him.
Oh, for sure. Winston is noping on Emmanuel Chase being investigated for throwing suspect pitches to benefit batters or bettors. Benefit bettors.
Crap! Coach, I traded for that piece of crap on MLB The Show. Just embarrassing me.
The VP said nope. Same nope Red had. Drewski not reading the room by disrespecting JSN's name pronunciation. NFL probably won't be inviting you back. I still like your comedy. Just don't disrespect the young man's name. Read the room, bro. The VP also coping with the fact Klay Thompson made a bold move so that he could play with Luka and AD. Luka has since gone Hollywood and has hit the gym or Ozempic, and street clothes go to Chocolate City for Klay. Man, it seems like you and Red been conversing all week long with you all's takes today.
That first time I talked to Vince all week, man.
Armani said, is college basketball making a comeback? As Coach would say.
When you gonna make a comeback to your job, Armani? How about that?
Well, I was about to say, Coach was going to say something else. I had to think about it because he normally have some concerns. But that's to be determined. We got to see more than just one great year. Like if this is going to be a great year of NCAA tournament basketball, but I don't see another class like this 2026 class coming in this deep. Like they are. I mean, come
on, UGA. You got to make this tournament.
When it's come back real. Come back real.
Hey man, I got to see more years. I can't get a year.
Don't,
but
Rev, don't come back.
I'll be locked in. I'm gonna actually fill out a bracket this year for sure.
Oh Lord.
Yeah,
Rev stay on the fence like me.
Ho said, nope, I'm noping for the lady who cannot pronounce Vrabel. Lady, practice before you go out. The VP said, Lieutenant Sonar, maybe, just maybe they need to rebound because the women have taken over in the last years. That's real.
Yeah.
Jay Case, Jerome, coming in on YouTube now. He's doping on Shador, making the Pro Bowl in the place.
Oh my God.
I mean, come on. I know you're a pro Shador guy, but you can't be serious doping on Shador where he had more interceptions than TDs. Come on, man. Don't do that. I know you wanted Shador to be excited, to be, a great player, to really prove the prognosticators wrong, but this has pretty much put more salt on the wound because it's almost like he was handed a jersey retirement by his daddy, and now he's being handed an all-pro selection. I mean, come on, man. Like,
real?
He didn't even start half the season.
It wasn't. Don't call him an all-pro. Just say he made the Pro Bowl. Don't call him an all-pro. Just say he made the Pro Bowl.
That's what you're right. There's a difference. My bad. Thanks for the correction. But, I'm thinking the Pro Bowl should relate to being all-pro at the end of the day. And he should not get any distinction being called a Pro Bowler. Nothing with pro besides being a professional football player and he shouldn't be getting any accolades when it comes to Pro Bowl or all-pro. Because it's disrespectful. It's like, why give this man this opportunity to be called a Pro Bowler when he doesn't have any numbers and he didn't start half of the season? They might as well give Michael Penix an award. I mean, really.
They invited Joe Flacco. Come on, man.
Joe Flacco was more deserving, if you want to be honest. Aaron Rodgers was more deserving.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Lamar Jackson. Where was Lamar Jackson at?
They turned it down.
Lamar Jackson missing all them games, he was still more deserving. I mean, it just makes a mockery of all Pro Bowl. Thank you, Coach, for the correction.
And the fact that all these guys turn it down. Look, if you don't make the playoffs or you available, they need to put in there. You have to show up now. I mean, you got to show up. That's part of your job. What you mean you declined it? That's why. That's how we can get guys like Shador in the game because all these guys declining. You need to make them
all of a sudden, you got Josh Smith walking on crutches because he don't want to go. Sure, Josh.
They're no longer in Hawaii, right?
No, They were in Florida.
I thought the Hawaii thing, they didn't want to go back because all the players got hurt, and it was just like I don't know. I thought they were trying to avoid the Hawaii thing, but maybe they need to back.
If they were still playing flag football in Hawaii, they would go.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was saying you go back to Hawaii, make it after the Super Bowl, make it the annual Hawaii trip, and have the stars down there. That way you won't get stuck with guys like Shador and the Flaccos and the guys that they want on winning teams. Well, I know the fans want to see Shador, but still, you got to earn this moment. You got to have a winning team.
Certain fans want to see Shador, not all fans.
Yeah,
certain.
Right.
Uh-oh. Here you
go. Let's be clear. Armani and VP are excited like Coach about the UNC Duke game. And they got some star power, unlike past years. Caleb Wilson, Boozer. I mean, that's what Duke, North Carolina is supposed to be about. Star power. When we're up there trying to promote guys who should be playing Division III as big-time D1 talents, that's what I got a problem with. Jerome K's noping on the Joel Embiid experiment. Have you been paying attention to his numbers recently?
No, they balling right now.
He's balling, Jerome. I mean, come on, man. You haven't obviously watched the Sixers in a minute. I still don't believe he's going to be healthy by the time his contract ends in 2029. But right now, we can't be poo-pooing on Joel Embiid. He's balling lately, averaging like 25, 28 points a game. So,
And he's
like,
playing.
he's stealing money right now.
He don't play in a lot of games this season. He'll play more games than LeBron probably don't play this season.
Yeah. He's been Philly fans have at least been silent on criticizing him recently. I'll say that. He's coping on the state of Neil and the portal. Average kids are gonna struggle in the black hole of uncertainty. That's true. VP said Pete Rose just entered the chat.
Oh, Lord.
VP said Grunt, just like both Mannings, are lovable characters on TV, low-key funny as heck. And then also it helps that he was like one of the best tight ends ever to do it too. Jerome said, Red, they are USAA commercials, not Army commercials.
I got it. I'm just saying, you knew what I was talking about.
Okay.
Armand said, Red, I'll come back when the job lets me have my weekends back. Don't worry. The VP said, Jerome, don't be over there on YouTube mispronouncing this. Rod Thomas, what's up, bro? Glad to have you. VP said, I'm a Shador fan. He has some growth. The NFL has made this move for marketing purposes. The NFL marketing team is top notch. They have the top sports product in this country. Pro Bowl ratings may have been in the tank. Folks will watch just because. Go Browns. That's a good point. Not deserving. Here we go. Jerome said, Red, but God chose the foolish things of the world. He didn't get spiritual. Shame the wise. God chose the weak things of the world to shame the strong. Go.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
If you want to over spiritualize it, God bless you on that.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna fight with that. So if you believe this God's doing, hey, I ain't gonna get it.
Look at the VP saying.
Basically, Shador being asked to the Pro Bowl is like last call at the club bar. One of the undesirables will get some love that night. Facts. What's going on, Birdcage? Said, fellas, what's going on? Smash that like button. We appreciate you smashing that like button. Jerome said, Red, don't fall for it. Joel is not going to show up in the play. Now, that's another story. I don't even know if he'll be hurt by the time the playoffs. I mean, healthy by the time the playoffs come around. But right now, we got to give kudos where kudos is deserving because he's been balling recently. Yeah. Jerome invoking the Lord, then misspelling Shador's name. Black. So what you saying, BP? That's not the Lord's doing. His comments are not of the Lord.
No. He's spelling Shador.
You got to spell Shah like Sade Door.
No,
I'm surprised he ain't spelling door like door. Shador.
Nah, man.
Don't mess with Sade.
That was a good
Sade, one of the most beautiful women in the world.
Let's move this train. Let's move this train real quickly. Man, I should have looked at this thing before I got on. Real quickly, I'm gonna start with you guys. NFL honors awards. Red, I'm gonna start with you, man. What stood out with the NFL awards?
Well, I'm kind of disappointed that my Dirty Birds, man, had 3 chances to win an award, and man, we go 0 for 3. 2 defensive rookie of the award nominees and 1 offensive MVP. I thought Bijan had a real good chance to get that one, but Rev, you made a good point. I mean, JSN been showing out for went out on just a winning team, the team that's in the Super Bowl. So I can understand him edging Bijan out. But I sure thought Bijan had a good chance to win because of him going over 2,000 yards, all-purpose yards. But it's all good. Bijan, keep doing your thing. Falcons got to get back in the winning side of things, and then hopefully you'll be rewarded. Hey, we went to the playoffs, you probably would have been rewarded. But, man, I really thought we had a shot at the defensive rookie of the year. We had 2 guys, and still couldn't. This guy in Cleveland, man, this Schlesinger, dude, I swear he better be a doggone perennial Pro Bowler, man, the way he beat my guys out. Because I think my guys are going to be solid for years to come. So I sure hope this Carson Schlesinger kid is really going to be the next Myles Garrett because he beat my guys out, Pierce and Watts. But other than that, I think the show went pretty much like expected. You know, Drew Skid lame with his lame self, bought the show down for a brief second, but picked it back up. John Hamm, I'm not quite sold on him as a host, but he did the best job he could. The awards went pretty much how they were gonna go. Matthew winning MVP, Garrett winning Defensive Player of the Year. I love how they give a special shout out to the Walter Payton of the Year awards. I think the guy that played with the Redskins and played with Seattle. I love that dedication to his mother at the end.
Bobby Wagner.
Right. Thanks,
Bobby
Coach.
Wagner.
Bobby Wagner. Yeah, thanks, Coach. Bobby Wagner. I love the shout out to Bobby Wagner and his mom. That was a nice moment. And like I say, the NFL Honors, this turned out to be a pretty good show. I like how the NFL do their thing. You have a celebrity host. You have a lot of hot celebrities as presenters in addition to the athletes. So I'm kind of liking how the NFL Honors do their thing. I'm thinking about why don't the NBA and baseball have their own award show. NBA, probably not a good idea for domestic issues, Rev. I want to get all into that. MLB, not bad. I can see them doing the show too. So NFL and MLB probably need to. Well, NFL is gonna have this yearly, so I applaud the NFL for having their own award show in addition to the ESPYs that happens in July. Give the players a chance to, relax. Get out your uniform, get in your nice outfits, bring your family out to the show, and just celebrate each other. So I like how the NFL does that. So other than my Falcons missing out, going 0 for 3 for their awards, Rev and Coach, that's about all I can say about the show. I mean, I didn't see most of it. I had to look at the replay when I got home, but nice show. I love how the NFL does. I just wish my Falcons had went home with a few trophies, but I have no problem with the guys who won. And props to the NFL for pulling off a nice little show for the players, the coaches, and all the other, executives can come, let the hair down, get in your nice suits, and just relax and enjoy themselves for a night.
Coach, before I come to you, I'm going to do a agree-disagree segment, rather, with you in just a second. Dante Armstrong is excited about his Carolina Panthers wide receiver rookie winning offensive Rookie of the Year. That Carson Schwitzinger was a straight-up ball as a rookie. Your rookies did well. They hopefully will have a great sophomore season. Let's see what else we got. VP said Bobby Wagner has always been that dude off the field. I root for him no matter where he goes. There are more good guys doing the right thing in the league than not. The media state says otherwise. Bobby Wagner, well-deserved, sir. And then VP said Myles Garrett making Deacon Jones proud. Josh Daniels for assistant coaches, the epitome of some guys are dang good coordinators and not good head coaches. It's almost like in ministry. Every preacher is not meant to be a pastor. There's some preachers who need to be associate ministers. Everybody can't sit in the first chair. There's some folk who are better in the second chair. And Josh McDaniels is one of those guys. He's proven he is second chair material. Live in it. Like, who is y'all long-term defensive coordinator in Pittsburgh, Coach?
Well, they changed up everything now. So
no, I'm saying in years past.
Dick LeBeau.
Dick LeBeau, yeah. Dick LeBeau was a defensive coordinator for years in Pittsburgh and did a phenomenal job. Same thing with the Eagles. They used to have a defense coordinator. What was his name during the Andy Reid years?
Talking about Ryan?
Not Ryan. Ryan was the actual coach. That's
I know you're talking about Rev. I can't remember the guy's name right now.
Like the current guy who's thinking about retiring, Vic Fangio. He is an assistant coach. You know, some guys are just meant to be coordinators. And
what's the guy in Cleveland? Jim Schwartz. Jim Schwartz is a better assistant.
Then he's been a head coach. No doubt.
Right.
No doubt. Dante said the rookie linebacker from Cleveland was very good this season. Dominant against the run. Him or Pierce was neck and neck. Slight edge to Carson, more consistent. VP said T-Mac in Carolina is that dude. The cupboard isn't bare in Charlotte with Bryce Young finally getting protection. King, Atlanta Sports said, can't wait to see who the Falcons get in free agency. VP answered that question. Dick LeBeau. Thank you, Dante. Jimmy Johnson. Yep. Thank you. and rest in peace to him. He was the long-time defensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, I think he had
Coordinator
passed
of great
away.
defense. Yep. All right, Coach. I'm gonna play a quick game of agree or disagree with you when it comes to these NFL honors. All right.
All right.
Here we go, Coach. Most valuable player, Matthew Stafford. Agree or disagree?
Agree. He had a heck of a season.
175.
He had a heck of a season. Over 40 TDs, over 4,000 yards. Yeah, he had a heck of a season.
Mike Vrabel, Coach of the Year. Agree or disagree?
From 3-14 to 14-3. That's all you need to know right there.
I need to know if you agree or disagree.
I agree. You know he's a Patriot.
Yeah,
you know he's a Patriot.
The great facts, Coach. Just start with agree or disagree, so we can make this segment agree.
Corral.
There's no Farrell on this. Agree or disagree. Right?
Okay.
Myles Garrett, Defensive Player of the Year. Agree or disagree?
Agree without a doubt.
Now, he's the exception to the rule, right? We just talked about earlier Bijan not getting it because his team wasn't winning. When you blow the opposition away with his numbers, you can't help but give him that kind of award because there was no one close putting up the numbers, and Cleveland had a stout defense, and that defense was stout in most games, and it was because of Myles. Yes, sir.
I think.
Go ahead, Coach. Go ahead.
You take him and Schlesinger off the field, the Cleveland Browns win one game, maybe.
Wow.
Maybe.
Red, what are you about to say?
I was gonna say, I think had Bijan broke records. Now, say he had a 2,000-yard season, something like that, he probably would have had a better chance to win without the Falcons having to win the season. Because see, Myles Garrett broke records. He broke the sack record, and Bijan just had 1,500. I mean, he just had 1,500 yards. He had 2,000 all-purpose yards. Yeah. If he had a record-breaking season, he probably would have a better chances of edging out JSN.
For sure. VP got a message for you, Coach. Use your ears, please.
VP, use your ears. Shut up.
All right, Coach. One more for you. Comeback Player of the Year, Christian McCaffrey. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
Any reason why?
And Christian McCaffrey, he had a myriad of injuries last year. So, for him to get back on the field, and I think San Francisco uses him too much, but still, he's able to get back on the field and play and make it through the season. I give him that.
They were supposed to take some of the load off him when they traded for Robinson.
Exactly.
From the Commanders, and he played less than he played in Washington. I mean, it was almost like McCaffrey said, I'm good. He'll play unless I get hurt. So it was crazy.
Hey, Ray, how about that? How about the 49ers? Everybody get hurt on the 49ers, but the guy who's usually hurt, Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, and good point by the VP. He says CMC was our version of street clothes. Hell of a year,
right.
For sure.
That's what I'm saying. He usually won't be hurt.
He said, don't group me with Anthony Davis anymore.
That was what
I guess who else was there? Okay.
That's what the comedian said. He said 49ers, the 49 stood for the number of players that got hurt.
That was funny. That's funny. Now, Red, I got to come to you real quickly. Are you concerned that he said he did have a great year and didn't get hurt? Okay, I got you. Are you concerned that it seems like the Falcons' arch rival might have found their quarterback with Tyler Shough becoming the NFL NFC Rookie of the Year?
Oh, he won that one?
He won the Rookie of the Year for the NFC.
I got my eyes. I'm watching them. I definitely got my eyes on them because we were hoping the Saints were gonna be in the dumpster for a few years, give us a chance to pick ourselves back up. But when their quarterback situation is proven for right now to be a little bit better than ours, or more stable than ours, yeah, I gotta admit, Rev, you gotta have concerns because we still as Falcon fans don't know what our quarterback situation is, even though Michael Penix is going around doing. What you say, Coach?
Yes, you do. Easton Stick. I'm a supporter. He ain't got no other supporters. I'm winning.
All right, Easton, you got a fan and Coach, but I don't think too much of the other Falcon fans gonna be pulling for you.
Who is Easton?
You got Michael Penix going around doing the media rounds this week. So, like I say, Rev, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I'm just trying. I don't know who made the comments and got Coach Cocker laughing so hard. But anyway, let me finish what I'm saying. I don't know right now what our quarterback situation is. So right now, Rev, I do have concerns. Like I have concerns with the entire coaching staff. I mean, look who our offensive coordinator is. Turnover Tommy. Is that what we went into the offseason saying we wanted to buy our offensive coordinator? Turnover Tommy from Notre Dame. So, like I say, Rev, this entire offseason is set up to be a comedy of errors, man. So, like I said, you don't want nobody looking at Red now because Red is not supporting this coaching staff. The only person I'm supporting is the GM, Ian Cunningham. I like that move. Other than that, that's the only move Matt made that I like.
Who would ever thought, if you rewind the clock 2 years ago, after the Falcons drafted Michael Penix, signed Kirk Cousins, that in the NFC South, they would have the worst quarterback situation going into the next NFL season. The Carolina Panthers have Baker Mayfield.
Bryce Young.
I'm sorry. Tampa Bay Buccaneers have Baker Mayfield. Carolina Panthers have Bryce Young. New Orleans Saints have Tyler Shaw. And now the Falcons have
question marks.
Yeah. Tony said, yeah, I think the Aints will give him another year. You got to. I mean, I think Keelan, what's his name, Moore? What's the coach's name?
Kellen Moore.
Yeah, Kellen Moore. He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. I mean, I think he saw a lot that he's excited about, and he's a former quarterback himself. Shaw, 11 games, 2,384 yards, 10 TDs, 6 INTs, 67.6 completion rate. Those numbers are much better than what you're doing, Sanders. The Falcons will have trouble with the Saints and Panthers on the rise. And as long as Baker's cooking, Tampa will be in the mix. Well, that's why they brought Stefanski in to boost up that offense. And we'll see if we'll get a quarterback who he can actually develop, because we didn't see much development in Cleveland. Let's move forward.
He don't struck out on his last 13, Real.
Yeah, man. I mean, but I think your boy Matt Ryan is giving his hometown guy, who's from the Philadelphia area, some grace, and he's basically saying it's the culture in Cleveland that held him back, not him. So we'll see. Now, I was looking at some show this week on NFL TV, and they had an analyst, I forget his name, where they put all the head coaches who got hired this coaching cycle. And they asked this analyst to predict who would have the most success out of this new coaching crew. This guy said I'm going to go from the obvious, and he said Stefanski was the obvious.
What?
So that was interesting. That was interesting, and I wish I had gotten the guy's name so I could research just to see if there was some personal ties to him, if there was some ties to Tim McCarver.
Or a history of mental illness.
You got to investigate those things when you hear people say certain things, especially when you would think the way he was talking, it was almost like John Harbaugh didn't exist and have all those great years in Baltimore and is not a Super Bowl champion. So sometimes you got to listen to those things with the grain of salt. All right, let's move on. The Hall of Fame class from 2026 has been named. And you have first-timer quarterback Drew Brees, who made his fame with the New Orleans Saints, used to haunt the Falcons for many years. Wide receiver, first ballot Hall of Famer Larry Fitzgerald, played many years in Arizona. Linebacker Luke Kuechly made it from the Carolina Panthers. From the seniors, rest in peace, running back Roger Craig, who was on many of those San Francisco 49ers.
Real. I got to correct the rest in peace.
Oh, Roger Craig still alive?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. My bad, Roger. I didn't mean to put you in the grave too soon. My bad.
Oh,
he is. My bad.
I started to get where I was like, man, the Real got some news we ain't heard of yet.
Now, you know, because I haven't been following him, and that's my bag, and I apologize. I heard somebody say RIP after they mentioned his name. So I don't know, maybe they mentioned somebody else. And that's what confused me. Because I'm like, I don't ever remember hearing the ticker that Roger Craig died, but I should have done my research myself. So I apologize, fellas. Thank you for correcting me. I truly appreciate that. We had Roger Craig, who made it as well. So Brees, Fitzgerald, Kuechly. Also, the one who could be made an argument, who could be argued for, who made the Patriots a winner, Adam Vinatieri, Patriots kicker, who went in, who started the Patriots dynasty by making that field goal after a controversial play against the Oakland Raiders in the snow, which started the New England Patriots run to quite a few Super Bowl titles going forward. So, Coach, I'll start with you. Real Doctor trying to underline all of it. My bad. I knew you would catch that. I knew that you'd catch that. Coach, I'll start with you this time. What's your thoughts on this Hall of Fame class? Do you think anybody got snubbed? What says you?
Yes, sir. 2 people got snubbed. 2. Number 1, how can you keep leaving off L.C. Greenwood for Pittsburgh? What did he do where he was on one of the greatest defenses of all time? Everybody pretty much on the team is a Hall of Famer but him. I know they're gonna say he overshadowed by Mean Joe, but LC was a part of that team. And all those other guys made it. Lambert, Shell, Russ, all of them got Jack Ham, and you just keep leaving out LC. I don't know what LC didn't do. Maybe he didn't have the numbers, I'm gonna guess. And one wide receiver who I guess they just gonna leave. He just gonna go without being on the team. I mean, on the Hall of Fame, they just leave him out. Torrey Holt. Why is Torrey Holt not in the Hall of Fame?
I think the problem is, Coach, is that the guys that you mentioned, though great players, they're going to continue to get pushed back when there are more people eligible.
Probably so.
Let's look at the 2 names you mentioned. Would you put in Torrey Holt before Larry Fitzgerald?
No, sir. That proves your point right there.
Yeah, exactly. And then would you put in, now this may be an argument. You saw Greenwood play. I don't remember him, so I don't know what force he was with the steel curtain. Would you put Greenwood in over Luke Kuechly? Was he as dominant than Luke Kuechly was for the Carolina Panthers?
I was looking at what the VP said about Luke Kuechly missed a lot of games, because he got concussion. That would say LC played a lot of every day for the Steelers. So I give it a draw because when Kuechly played, he was dangerous. He was awe-inspiring, but Greenwood was part of that anchor on that team. So I guess, like I said, he was overshadowed by Joe Green. And, now he's at a point where it's going to be hard for him to get in because every year you keep, like you just pointed out, and you keep bringing up another defensive player who had better numbers, which keeps holding him out. If they didn't get him in back then, he's probably not going to get in, which I'm wondering if the same is going to be for certain players, but it's a Hall of Fame. They said not the Hall of Very Good.
Yeah, and I mean, I think Greenwood is in a situation like some of the greats that went and played on other teams, like all those guys that played for like San Francisco 49ers. Like, who was the wide receiver opposite Jerry Rice? What was his name?
John Taylor.
John Taylor. Like John Taylor won't ever get in. Even though he had some great seasons. He won't get in. What was the tight end's name?
Dwight Clark.
Dwight Clark. Did he make it in?
I don't think so.
I think Clark is.
He might be.
He might be a Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he might.
But my point is that sometimes you have guys who are on great teams, did great things for that particular team, but they're overshadowed by other players and they won't ever be Hall of Fame worthy because it's hard to put in somebody's fourth or fifth guy, right? When you got other players who may not have the championships, but they were clearly the number one or two guy on the team that they played, and they put up Hall of Fame numbers.
See,
like Alvin Harper for the Cowboys, and
with the Cowboys during that run, when the Cowboys won all those championships, Michael Irvin put up the numbers. Alvin Harper was solid, right?
He go right here, Rev. 4-time Super Bowl champion, 2-time All-Pro, 6-time Pro Bowl, 7-8 sacks, a member of the 1970s All-Decade team, and a member of the Pittsburgh Steelers All-Time team. But that might not be enough to push him over the top. It's very good.
He should be in now.
It's good. I think the more you have players that are continuing to be eligible, the more he'll be pushed back. That's just the reality of it because you got a lot of great players who are positioning themselves. Just like next year, who's available next year? Let's look at the class next year, potential class.
You have Hines Ward, Gronkowski.
So you got Gronk, Adrian Peterson, Ben Roethlisberger, Richard Sherman, Eric Waddell, your boy who will never get in while he's alive, Antonio Brown.
The crazy one.
Gerald McCoy. So you got a lot of different guys. And this on top of the guys who didn't get in.
Yeah.
So it's just and sometimes I think that's what's the benefit of the Ring of Honor for these teams. Like guys who may not make the Hall of Fame, let them be honored by the team that they play for.
Yeah.
That, I think. And VP, I saw your comment. Thank you for debunking the Tim McCarver, Kevin Stefanski comments. Here he says Luke Kuechly was that dude, a walking encyclopedia for defense on the field. Dude was a baller. I hate that his career was cut short when he had the awful concussion. Dante said Torrey Holt should be in the Hall of Fame, and Terrell Suggs should too. Torrey Holt is a compelling case because what was my man who was playing opposite?
Isaac Bruce.
Like, he got a lot of the publicity. And then Suggs was not the main guy in Baltimore. You got Ray Lewis. So, it's like trying to honor the secondary guy who was not the guy on defense. And sometimes it's difficult, especially when you have so many players who play football. Jerome K says someone said Larry Fitzgerald more tackles than drop passes. That's crazy. Is that correct? That might be true.
It is. Fitzgerald didn't drop the ball. Nope.
Yeah, he was a baller, man. I mean,
no brainer.
Yeah, I mean, Larry Fitzgerald not only was a baller, but character goes a long way. Like you've never heard anybody say a crossword when it came to Larry Fitzgerald.
Mm-mm.
The epitome of a pro. And he is the one who debunks the wide receiver diva mantra, because there was no diva in Larry Fitzgerald. All right. We got to do one more thing before we go to halftime. Guys, I mean, Red, I was doing some stuff when I looked at the list, and I should have corrected you when y'all didn't see this. NBA All-Star reserves were named since the last show.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
All right, let's go right there real quickly. We got to turn the attention to football. I know everybody's excited about football since the Super Bowl weekend, but there were some reserves named to the All-Star. I mentioned one of them earlier in the show, who happens to be one, Jalen Johnson for the Atlanta Hawks. This is kind of interesting, man, where we're getting reserves being named who were perennial starters.
Mm-hmm.
Like who would have ever associated LeBron James with being a reserve? Who would have ever associated Kevin Durant
with being a reserve?
Like that just does not sound right to me. But
guess who's still starting? Steph Curry.
Well, I mean, Steph got a lot of popularity, and I mean, Steph, it makes sense that he's still starting because he literally helped change the game.
Yeah.
I won't say he changed the game for the better, because they got too many folks shooting threes who shouldn't be shooting threes. But hey, it is what it is. So you got Scotty Barnes, Devin Booker, Jalen Duran, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Johnson, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard was added in.
Why added? Yeah.
For Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's not going. Mm-hmm. Donovan Mitchell, Norman Powell.
Oh, Powell should have been on there. Lord have mercy.
How you pronounce his name? Denny from Portland, Abijah. Adja, thank you. Jamal
I'm sorry,
Abijah. Pascal Siakam, Karl Anthony Towns were all added as reserves. Anybody snubbed in your opinion? Some folk will make an argument about Kawhi. He's now in there because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander couldn't be on
there. You just said Kawhi's name, didn't you?
Who?
You just said Kawhi was added, didn't you?
No, I said persons initially said he was snubbed.
Oh, okay.
But he was added once Shai Gilgeous-Alexander couldn't go.
I don't see the snubs in my book. I mean, it seems like all my guys made it for my team, so I'm pretty good.
What about
there was
Joel
some folk?
Embiid?
That's what I was about to go to. Some folk in the Philadelphia media said Joel Embiid. I disagree with it because Joel has come on of late.
Okay.
He didn't start the season on fire.
Right.
But like if you give it based on a month, yeah. But has
And
he been on
Durant,
fire since October? No.
and Durant in Detroit don't have more consistent season. So yeah, I would have gave it. Yeah,
And you
got
gotta
one.
I like the guy.
you gotta go with Durant because he's on the best team in the East.
Mhm.
And typically the best team or the number one team in a conference is going to get multiple players. So that's why you had Detroit's winning or in first place. So you had Cade Cunningham, Gillette Durant, go to Oklahoma City. They would have had Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chet Holmgren. It just is what it is. You can't deny having multiple players on the top team. The VP said the Durantula being a reserve in his hairbrush starting blasphemous.
There you go.
Winston says Steph should be still starting. He's only in like year 16 to 17. And we forget that his years are fewer than people like Durant, even though he's around Durant's age because he played 3 years of college basketball. JK said Michael Jordan was never a reserve player. Come on, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh.
Please don't do that, man. Michael Jordan sat out 6 years. Come on, man. Stop. Don't do that, Jerome. Don't do that. Michael Jordan sat out 6 years. Before he played for the Wizards.
That's a weak moment, Jerome. I wouldn't even say that. That's weak. Don't attach yourself to the LeBron haters, man. Come with weak stuff like that.
Yeah, don't do that, Jerome. That's
he's
not
still an all-star. He's still an all-star, whether you're a bench or a starter or reserve. All-star.
And still balling with his team, still making the playoffs. Michael Jordan with the Wizards. Like, I can't understand why people don't remember he played with the Wizards. It's like he did all this for the Bulls, but the Wizards stuff don't count.
Nah. They ain't gonna bring that up.
Right. That's lets me know it's not a fair argument. If you go grade LeBron on the Lakers, you got to grade Michael Jordan with the Wizards. Like that happened. No matter how many people try to erase that happened. Like the Wizards being terrible every year that he played for the Wizards. It happened. Like they didn't even make the playoffs. They weren't even close to making the playoffs. That happened.
Mm-hmm.
VP said Steph has a timeless game. Yeah, he can shoot. LeBron being on the bench is an attribution to his 41-year-old body still functioning. He's an all-star just because of that alone. Dude still gliding through the air, yamming on folks yet in his 41 years. He still won't let that hair go. He did. He's bald-headed now, man. Where you been? Like, you got me on the Roger Craig, but I got to get you on LB. You mistaken his facial hair for being hair on his head. He's going bald now.
He still got a little bit up there. He need to go full ball. He cut it all off. Even the little particles he got cut. He did?
No, it looked like his head is clean now.
Okay, well,
my HD ain't working.
HD stand for hair there.
Yeah. Jerome forgets that Vince Carter gave MJ the starting position in Mike's last All-Star game out of sheer respect. And he had no choice, it came out, because David Stern made sure that happened. That's what came out recently. VP said, look at his head closely, Doc. He's not fully committed to the ball. Look at the shade on his head. All right. Well, he's at the ball. He's
fully committed.
Jordan was only an All-Star's last All-Star game because Vince Carter gave him a spot. Jordan's fans try to forget the 80s and the Wizards eras. Can't be the GOAT and get cut from a pro team.
Go back up, Red, to that. I'm Red up to that comment before that.
Well, Red, if we're going to go with your logic that Son is still an All-Star, even if they are reserved, then you need to respect Shedeur Sanders for being.
Jerome, I'm going to jump in this one. Jerome, Shedeur was added because several people, including the coach Lawrence Jackson, several quarterbacks did not want to go to the Pro Bowl. They asked Shedeur, and he accepted. And they did it for simple marketing purposes. They ain't do it because he is a conference on the field. Stop the madness. I like Shador, but he wasn't named to the Pro Bowl because of his play on the field. Stop.
Right, man. I don't understand how you comparing that to what we talking about. LeBron earned his All-Star, and you know how I feel about him. But LeBron earned his All-Star spot. Shador did not. Awful comparison, Jerome.
The VP last comment will go into halftime. Jerome chose violence today. Sir, walk away from the city. Don't look back, or else you will be endorsed by Morton Salt Company.
I can't believe, and then you gonna tag my name with that silly comment? Like, man, get out! You gonna tag me in an intelligent comment, man, not no dumb comment.
All right, gentlemen, we've officially reached halftime on the Red and Rev Sports Show. We gave you one half of quality sports talk. We gave you our dope and open coat moments. We gave you NFL awards, Hall of Fame talk, NBA All-Star, reserve talk. On the other side, we'll talk about the Super Bowl. We'll talk about some hot topics, the NBA trade deadline. So much to talk about. We'll be right back for the second half of the Red and Red Sports Show. Stay tuned. And we are back on the second half, or for the second half of the Red and Rev Sport Show. We hope that you've enjoyed what you've watched so far. Thank you for continuously tuning in. Also, if you don't mind, please like and share if you haven't already done so. Let somebody know what you're watching today on the Red and Rev Sports Show. Who knows, your share may be the share that may literally bring somebody to be a part of the best nation social media has to offer, and that is the Revanite Nation. All right, with that being said, we're going to start moving into our second half. John Harris chimed in. The Pro Bowl, the All-Star game in the NBA have been reduced to nothing more than bargaining chips come contract time. They don't take the All-Star game as seriously as in the 70s, and I would add the 80s. That's an excellent thing. I would add the 80s as well. And part of the 90s, probably. You know, it used to be a huge honor to play in these games, but they don't take the game seriously. That's why we got these gimmicks going on now with the All-Star game in the NBA. USA versus the world, got 3 different teams instead of just East, West, and go out and play. That used to be one of my favorite moments as a kid, to come home from church on Sunday afternoon and watch the NBA All-Star game and let these guys battle. Now it's an entertainment show. They got all this glitz and glamour, and they have no type of real basketball play. And now Adam Silver is just throwing stuff at the wall, trying to make something stick so he can justify why people are sponsoring this event. That's where we are now, which is unfortunate.
Adam Silver, you're a sad guy, man. How you don't understand? How you can't fix this? It's not that hard, man. you can put incentives for players to come out there and play hard. There's just things you could do to make this a worthwhile event. And it just feel like, Rev, sometimes I just feel like we got the wrong NBA commissioner. Because at least Goodell does what he can to improve the game or try things. I mean, he ain't just throwing stuff at the wall. Adam Silver just sometimes a little clueless.
Well, I'm gonna give Adam a pass, and this is why I'm gonna give Adam a pass. These NBA players now are more empowered, right? So they dictate a lot. So he can't govern with an iron fist like David Stern could for many years. The NBA that Adam Silver inherited is a lot more fruitful, and the players make way more money than the NBA that David Stern inherited. So this is why David Stern had so much more power back then, because remember, he took over the NBA when they were still on tape delay.
Yep.
When they weren't even playing live games. And he was the one who made the decision to market players more than teams. So this is where we got the evolution of Larry Bird and Magic Johnson had that era that pushed the league into prime time. And then you had Michael Jordan coming from that. Then that's when you saw how these players, to remember, Michael Jordan was only making like $2 million, $3 million most of his career. And then finally towards the end of his career, he started making 35 a year and things of that nature. So think about LeBron and them making that kind of money after their rookie contract.
Right.
So these guys have much more influence about what will be done than the players did in the past. Because now these guys, think about it. I was listening to Sam Mitchell on NBA radio, and he was talking about how in his day, even the superstars were forced to be in line with the coaches. They couldn't dictate anything. They were just happy to play out the remainder of their contract. Now these guys are demanding, I want to get traded, telling them where they're going to get traded, so forth and so on. So it's just a different day. And Adam Silver, in some cases, has his hands tied. And that's why he's been a different commissioner than David Stern was, because he realized he doesn't really have as much power over the players.
I mean, I agree with that to an extent, but now the LeBrons and the Steph Currys, I get they power because they actually bring something. But now some of these other players who ain't that good, but they making big money, but you are not as good and you don't have the cachet that Steph and LeBron have, they would not be dictating anything to me. Now, I can understand the guys who I know bring a certain amount of aura like Steph. Okay, Steph brings, you have Steph somewhere, he's going to bring an audience. You put LeBron somewhere, he's going to bring an audience. Back in the day, you put Jordan and Kobe and you know, those guys somewhere, they're going to bring an audience. Now, some of these guys today, are you as charismatic as LeBron and Steph? Do you dictate a certain, like Cade Cunningham? I don't know anything about Cade. I don't even know what he sound like talking. Would you elicit the type of audience that a Steph or LeBron? I'm not sure Cade could dictate anything to me. I'm not sure a Jamal Murray could dictate anything to me. I'm not sure some of these other guys who probably the stars not as bright as LeBron or Steph. Maybe Luka or Jokic, but how much demanding are those guys gonna do? They kind of quiet kind of stars. So to me, if you're gonna be the star that's trying to dictate or demand, you better have a star as bright as LeBron or Steph Curry. Because guess what? My ears gonna go deaf listening to you. So
Red, you're still caught up in what was and not what is, right? So
Maybe.
you're banking on charisma making dollars. That age is over with. You mentioned Cade Cunningham. He has 50 million reasons per year why he dictates stuff in Detroit.
Oh, mercy. Cade Cunningham is $50 million.
You remember he signed a 5-year, $269 million contract in 2004.
Woo.
See, we came up in the era where players made more of their money because of their charisma through commercials, right? Through advertisement. That's the era. That's Michael Jordan made way more money off the court in many of his years, just off the Nike shoe. He made more money off Nike than he did while he was playing in the NBA his entire career, right?
Still is making money out there.
Still is, right. So now these guys, because of the position of the NBA and how they've been able to get these television deals, you no longer have to be charismatic. Think about it. Jason Tatum ain't charismatic.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now they just put him on a potato chip commercial and he got like one line. He's been put on the cover of NBA 2K. Right? So in this era, you don't have to be charismatic anymore to have power and influence. And if you're paying a guy $50 million per year, he's going to have a lot to say in Detroit.
Right. You're right, Rev. I'm still stuck on the stars on the court and the being a star off the court. Because you remember, they used to have players with cartoons back in the day. That's how charismatic some of these guys were. I was surprised Steph Curry or LeBron ain't got a cartoon or something, because those two guys I can understand following them. It's just, to me, you have to bring something more to, well, I guess I'm speaking of back in the day. A lot of those guys bought something more. They bought their talents and they bought something more to the game. These guys, they just bringing their game and they money. Look, deal what I'm making. Like you say, you gotta listen to me because I'm making more than you. Man,
and that's why they got more power over the coach. Because it's harder to move somebody who's making $50 million a year than it is to move somebody who's only making $6 to $10 million. That's why you got coaches getting fired in their first year. Monty Williams was Cade Cunningham's coach in Detroit.
Right.
And he got fired after year one.
He out of there.
And then he got fired, in Phoenix when Kevin Durant came there. So these guys dictate so much because they make so much money. Like, I'll give one more person, and Coach, sound like you want to get in here. I'll give you a prime example. Somebody who just got traded this past week. Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah.
Guess what he signed for in 2026? This guy is making $205 million over 4 years.
That's ridiculous.
So he's making $50 million per year. I don't even think he's made an all-star game.
That is ridiculous.
See, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. That's the difference.
You're right, man.
And let's look at what's going on while y'all talking about what the coaches are dealing with. Look at what I got to deal with on this show. Constant coach barrage jokes, old jokes. And look at y'all two getting paid more than I do. Y'all name is on the marquee, and y'all got me as featuring. Featuring don't make no money.
Well,
I had to sneak that in. I was laughing.
I was laughing to make some money with your name being on the show. So once we start making some money, we'll have some negotiations.
Not real. Y'all. Go ahead, Coach, Red. You know what you just did? What you just did was the equivalent of Joe Pesci complaining about Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. Hey, man, come on. Why not? He can't be on the cover. I'm part of the crew, too. Oh, and Chris Rock and Renee Russo gonna start complaining that.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I had to sneak it in because y'all making some good points. I had to bring some up. Oh, Lord. Look, see, I knew I should have said, here come the VP right now.
We're going to get to it right quick. The VP said, let's go all the way back to AAU. There are a ton of not so fundamentally sound players in today's game. It's all flash. Kobe will have a field day against today's suckers. Anthony Corey said Ja Morant for the wrong reasons. Yeah. The VP said today's superstars have the personality of a rock. We have a ton of not so marketable players. That's very true. Armani said you had to earn it back then for sure. Jerome K said there's talk that the NBA should change the game format to where the first team to 100 points wins. The idea is that would promote better defense play and shot selection. What's your opinion? I don't really agree with that unless you do with the NBA All-Star game that you did with the cup play where you put a big price tag on it, because right now NBA players, they get like, I think they use, what is the purse now? I don't know, but it's not as astronomical as cup play. They incentivize cup play by putting that $500,000. That's a lot of money, right? I know back in the day, NBA All-Stars used to get like $50,000, $35,000.
That's what I was gonna say. Maybe an extra $50K. That's nothing much, I don't think.
Let's see real quickly, how much do
Nothing
NBA
they can get a side piece of their girlfriend. Yeah, baby, go shopping.
Let's see, NBA All-Stars. Yeah, like last year, the winning team received $125,000. The losing team got $50,000. For teams in finishing third, fourth place, they got $25,000. Like that's a drop in the bucket for most of these guys, because most of these guys are not making the league minimum. Let me go back to real quick. Let me go to somebody who made their first All-Star team this year. Norman Powell.
Scotty Barnes. Oh, Norman Powell. Okay.
Norman Powell is making. Now, this used to be a big contract back in the day. He's making $90 million over 5 years. That would have been a big contract back in the day.
It still is.
That's only $18 million a year. Listen what my words are. That's only $18 million a year. And in comparison to the other guys that are in the All-Star game, that's like he's poverty-stricken NBA-wise.
Right.
That's a poverty-stricken contract in comparison to what these other guys making.
Give me some of that poverty.
Bird, Magic, matchup, Clyde versus Jordan, Bad Boys, Pistons. Any player on these teams will garner looks based on what came before them. Big market teams. Yeah, big market teams matter. VP said, Coach, in the next CBA, you need to have Jackie Childs negotiate a better deal. Armani said, bring the mid-range back. That might not go. Then it may not come back till Steph goes. Steph really changed the game forever. There's a good chance. Yeah, and that's what we just read. Thanks, VP. 125 for the winners, 25. That's third and fourth place losers. It was, I think, 50,000 for the losers, second place. That ain't no money for the NBA players.
Not to know.
So you got
for the NBA players, it's plenty for me.
Yeah. Let's see. Hold on. Jerome, last comment. We're going. I'm not talking about for the All-Star game. I'm talking about for the regular season.
No, that'll never work. No, not the regular season. Going to 100 points, first team to 100. No,
that won't work. That's bad business. That's bad business because that takes away the potential comeback. And just like last night, I mean, the Boston Celtics were down 21 points going into the third quarter. Who were they playing? They were playing the Miami Heat. Yeah, and then they came back. So that would never work. That would never
work.
Don't
apply for any NBA commissioner jobs, okay?
All right, man. Let's jump in. First, the rookies, that's big. Anthony Corey said, VP said, folks love seeing points scored. Jerome, the fans will revolt if you cap regular season games at 100 for sure. For the rookies, yeah. All right. Yeah, but most of the rookies are not in the All-Star game. They play in the sophomore, freshman, sophomore rookie game, and that game is incentivized for them because they're getting recognition. Like you want to be on that stage so you get your name out there. But for the All-Stars, that's not on. money. I don't think the rookies and sophomores probably get that much money for that game because it's not as
You are-
televised.
Jerome, you are fired as an NBA consultant. Fired. Fired.
My mind said, I know the step changed the game when I seen an AAU player take a shot from the loco and make it said, all right, this is crazy. Yeah, there's a kid that I cover at Coatesville. That kid shoots at least 2 or 3 logo threes every game, and he makes half of it.
Okay, I'm gonna say at least does he make some of them?
Yeah. He makes some of them. Matter of fact, you watch some of the clips that I post on my network. You see that boy got range.
So this kid is somebody we need to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I mean, he's the number 3 ranked sophomore in the nation.
What's his? How tall is he?
Right now, he's 6'5", 6'6". He's only 15 years old.
Whoa, okay, yeah, all right, yeah, okay, yeah, he's gonna be big, and he shoot like that.
Yeah, he's a sophomore. He
He's
played
a guard,
playing forward right now, 3-4.
Oh, okay, so, man, I thought you about to tell me he's a guard playing like that.
He's developing guard-like skills. He's not that athletic, but he hadn't grown into his body yet. And he's averaging this season as a sophomore 25 points, and they've played in 5 states. So it's not like he's just scoring 25 points a game against weak competition. They played in New York twice this year, New Jersey, Maryland, and Florida.
Well, what's his name, Rev?
Colton Hiller.
Colton Hiller. Okay.
Colton Hiller.
This dude, obviously, he can score the ball.
Oh, he had a D1 jump shot before he reached high school.
See,
before I ever saw him play, I just saw him shoot the ball in warm-ups before a scrimmage. And just off seeing him shoot the ball in warm-ups, I said, this kid has a D1 jump shot now. He has a pro jump shot now. Now, he still got to get quicker, got to become better defensively. But when you talk about pure shooter, and he's like Steph to a degree. He's not just a spot-up shooter. He can create the three-point shot. And he's creating a three-point shot from the logo. He's giving step backs well beyond the three-point line while people are guarding it. So like for him, the three-point line is almost like a free throw.
Oh my God. Yeah, this kid nice.
That's what Steph has done to the game, where kids are treating the three-point line like it's a free throw.
Well, no, you gotta make them at Steph's clip. But what you telling me, this kid can make them. All these other guys, if you ain't making them, then you can shoot as many of them as you want to. I ain't gonna put you on no high pedestal. You gotta actually make them like Steph. You gotta have a decent shooting percentage. And when this kid sound like he can actually shoot.
In our chat, I'm gonna put it in so you can watch it. We do a bit called "It's Hiller Time," playing off Miller time.
Y'all already got a segment dedicated to this kid.
Hey, he's helping my network make money. And we are now at the point on Facebook where we are monetizing our content. That's why sometimes I'm a little slow to the Red and Red Sports Show, because it's business now with my network. And I'm just going to keep it 100. And he's part of the reason why we have been able to be monetized, because his content gives us easily, if I do an interview with him, he's giving us 4,000, 5,000 views. If you go to his Instagram page, he's on some posts where 10,000, 12,000 people have liked his page.
So this guy is the next big thing he did.
In Coatesville, for sure. He was on the USA team, 16 and under, FIBA, as a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
He's already gotten offers by most of the big-time schools. He wants one from Duke. Duke hadn't offered yet, but most of the big-time D1s, he's already got an offer as a 15-year-old.
Yeah, Colton Hill. Yeah. Yeah, I got to keep my eye on him.
So after the show, I sent you this thing we did for my network called "It's Hiller Time."
Okay, yeah, just tag it to my inbox. I'll watch it.
Now, I put it in our group chat, so you got it now.
Okay, cool.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah, Rev, we gotta get. I was
Go
gonna
ahead,
tell you,
Coach.
we had a kid here like that, who I'm trying to work with at Midtown. He averaging about 15 a game. He getting endorsed by the liquor store. Don't worry about it. He's gonna be tough when he get older.
See, because we have a serious conversation, and you're going to try to bring in this craziness. I thought you were about to talk about the kid.
I'm sorry. I've heard of Hiller before on the national when I scanned sometime. I've heard of him before. I never knew he was with doing that for Coatesville. I never knew that.
Oh, yeah,
I seen the name on a couple of I read.
Hold on right quick. Let's see. VP said kid currently has Bama, BYU, Indiana, K-State, Louisville on his recruiting list. He's a brother Beige, Red Rose. You're gonna love him. Now he's not brother Beige. He's of the other persuasion. Let me be clear. Coulter Hill is part of the 2028 class. I'll check out some highlights. Go to my 610 Seville Sports Network page. Jerome said Red would take an additional $3 an hour on new matches.
Why you talking? I actually got a new bedroom suit. I just gotta have my cleaning lady put it off for me. I'm anxious to see what it looked like.
Armani says, shout out to you, Rev. That's good. Appreciate you, bro. VP is already, he's out. We need to make him, once we start making some money, we need to make him our show researcher because he's spot on. Coulter Hiller's IG handle, 14.2 thousand followers. This is going to be the next Cooper flag. I just saw more pics and videos of him. He's definitely Cooper flag part dope. Yeah, he's the real deal. We pray that he stays all 4 years.
Add this guy to my
we pray he stays all 4 years at Coatesville. My network is praying that he stays. I mean, good kid. And here's the catch. Check this out. And I didn't mean to make this a Coatesville segment. His brother, who's a junior, Max Hiller, is, I think, the 6th or 7th ranked junior as an offensive lineman in the nation. He's already been offered by Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State. And this is his older brother who's an offensive lineman for Coatesville. Matter of fact, Bill Belichick.
Two things.
Hold on real quick. Bill Belichick, Dabo Swinney, the dude from Oregon who came from Georgia, they and one other coach, the coach of Maryland, were all in Coatesville this past week.
Well, three things now. Can you get him on our show?
Colton?
Is it possible?
Yep.
You can get him on our show?
I can definitely talk to him. I'll see him today.
And does he
really?
Does he attend your church?
No, he doesn't go to my church. I'm praying he'll invest into my network once he makes it. There you go. 610, the Seville Sports Network. That's it right there. That's the network that I started 1 year ago. We're in year one. Matter of fact, I did a coach's show this morning. That's why I was late. His parents played college sports. They weren't in the league. But great parents. Appreciate you, man. Dan Lannon, that's his name. Thanks, Armani. Appreciate you. Yeah, go ahead and follow the Seville Sports Network, 610, the Seville Sports Network. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. You see a lot of content. Matter of fact, they play tonight, 5 o'clock. They play in the semifinals of the Chestnut League. So I try not to cross because I still respect the Red and Red Sports Show brand. But thanks, VP, for making that statement about what's the information. So feel free to like and share the 610 Seville Sports Network. I greatly appreciate the love if you follow. There's some great content. We cover all sports, not just basketball, football, but we cover all sports. With that being said, thanks for the plug, man, because I've never made a 610 plug. Have I, Coach Red?
No.
Never made a plug. And we've been doing this for a year now. So I appreciate the love. All right, let's get back to you. You must be watching some highlights, Red, because you haven't looked up yet.
Yeah. Trying to follow the kid.
Yeah, you see some of his highlights?
Yeah. Really nice.
You see how many people following him?
Yeah. Yep. Just added 2 more to me and Vince.
Say it again.
I said he just added 2 more with me and Vince.
Yeah.
I mean, and make sure you tell him, Red, when you see him, that Uncle Coach is watching.
All right. So I'm gonna do my best to get him on the show. I'm gonna do my best to get him on the show. Because I get him, of course, with Coachville stuff, I get him all the time. I interview him every week whenever I want to. But I'll try to see if I get him on and I'll tell him he just got some new IG followers and so forth and so on. So we'll try to get him on the show. With that being said, let's jump right into Red and Rev Sports Show business. 5 for 5, VP. Come on out of Instagram right quick and put up what you normally put up so we can start the 5 for 5 segment. This segment where we pick 5 topics. The panel gets 1 minute each, 45 seconds, solo screen, then additional 15 seconds group screen. Then we hit the mute button if you go over a minute. While Coach and Red are talking about the topic at hand, feel free, Reverend Nation, to put in your comments on the topic, and we will put your comments on the screen within the 5 minutes. All right? VP Armani trying to vie for your job, but he got a spirit of Jerome Case right now.
Lunis.
VP said Q Lunis, and then Armani said Q Linus or somebody.
The Lunis.
Just messing with you, bro.
Armani.
Just messing with you, but I appreciate it. The VP
Oh my God.
At least you were there.
Pinch it for him.
He was there to pitch it. I love the spirit. Let's do it, man. Let's see what our first topic is as we do this 5 for 5. Lieutenant Sonar Lort, you and Jerome keep life insurance. All right. It auto corrects me, stall me out. All right, that's funny. Here we go. First topic at hand. Giannis was not traded by the Bucks. He's staying put. I'm going to start with you, Coach. What says you? Go.
Giannis, a word of advice. There's nothing wrong with being the bad guy sometimes. You can't be passive all your life and start talking about, I love LA, I love Milwaukee, I love whatever, and you want to leave. So you're going to have to just step up and say, hey, trade me. It's not working here. We don't have anything here. Just be the bad guy every now and then. Milwaukee can't turn on you. How can they turn on you when you have them 30 and 11 a game and playing your heart out? They can't turn on you if you want better.
Red, what you got, man?
Thank you, Warriors. Thank you for screwing this up. Thank you. Because now you just opened the door for them to get involved in the negotiations this coming summer. Had you pulled the move, we would have been out. But now, if they're going to put Giannis back on the trade block come the summertime, these guys are going to get involved. So thank you, Warriors, Miami, and Minnesota for screwing this up. Now my Lakers actually have a chance to get Giannis. So we appreciate you, Giannis, staying put. My Lakers will be getting in touch with your people or Milwaukee real soon come summertime. Appreciate that.
All right, let's see what comments we got before I start asking some questions. BP said one word, tariffs. The Greek freak has a huge tariff on them. No one wants to pay that. Stay put, big fella. Stay warm up there. Anthony said the Nashes couldn't come with them.
We'll take them in LA. We'll take them in LA, Anthony. If we take him Bronny, we'll take Dynasty.
VP said, good point. No one wants his trashy, useless brother.
Trashy.
Now, Red, we
We
still
will.
got time. We still got time with the 5 minutes. Now, you'll have salary cap room, okay, for sure, because LeBron's contract will be off the books, and if he decides to come back, he'll have to play for a lot less. What trade assets do you have to get a Giannis?
I guess Vanderbilt, Rui, all our draft picks, really all the players we got except for Luka and maybe Austin. Everybody else is available. All the draft picks gonna be available. I don't know if it's gonna be enough to get on Rev because we probably should have kept Vincent to throw him in the deal too. But I'm just saying, I know the Lakers are gonna try for it. May not work, but we're gonna try.
Well, Austin Reeves is going to have to be a part. There's no way around it. One, he fits the brand of Milwaukee, if you catch my drift, number one. So he helps market that area. Matter of fact, Austin Reeves is more Milwaukee than he is Los Angeles. Let's be honest, okay? So Austin Reeves got to be a part of it in order for any of your draft picks to make sense, because they said they want a young star in return. Austin Reeves is the only young star that you have. And he and Luka do similar things. Austin Reeves needs the ball. Luka needs the ball. That's why they got Austin Reeves coming off the bench when he came back, because Luka and Austin Reeves kind of cancel each other out because they're the same player. Plus, they're both defensive liabilities. So you would be better centered around Giannis and Luka and get other pieces like defensive pieces than having two defensive liabilities on the court at the same time. What's your thoughts?
I get it. I would miss Austin, but hey, if we get Giannis and I'm saying if they got Giannis back and they gave him Austin plus the picks, I would accept it. I would accept it because we got Giannis back. But I'm sure we'll miss Austin because I would love to have those three together. But we will figure it out. We figure out the pieces to put around. So either way it go, I would move forward with it.
All right, Winston said Warriors tried to dump salaries. He said Warriors tried to dump salaries and screwed the pooch. Brian going back to Cleveland. Giannis is going to the Lakers with the money Brian leaving will create. There's a good chance. It just depends on New York. That's where he really wants to go. And if New York does not make a strong run, they'll be willing to part with some pieces. And New York got some draft ads. Well, they gave him away to get Malik Bridges. So that they may not have as much draft capital as they used to. The VP said, be objective, Rev Rose. Jerome says, see, Rev, don't do me like that. I wasn't going to say nothing about you bringing your side piece sports show to the sports show cookout. I didn't do it. That was the VP. That was the VP who said, what's the name? I didn't do it. We just so happened to talk about a kid that I cover who fit the conversation about basketball. Winston said, Rui, Connect, Vanderbilt, some pick swaps, and a couple of firsts. Reeves don't need to be, man, please. Stop it. Stop it, Winston. They are not giving up Giannis for guys who not even the main guys on the second team. Come on now, stop it. You're going to give me all these ancillary pieces, and it ain't like you sending me 5 draft picks because the Lakers don't have them.
Yep.
So they got to be Austin. Like, come on now. They're trying to be relevant, and they got to have somebody to go with who they're trying to get in the draft. You know, they're hoping to get one of these studs in the draft. So they got to be somebody who complements a younger player and to make the game easier. Does Rui make the game easier for anybody? No. They can't give Connect away now. That's how bad his value is. They can't even get a second-round pick for Connect. And the Lakers may have hurt themselves when they rescinded that trade last year. They definitely hurt themselves in the playoffs last year, because that's why they got killed, because they didn't have a big man.
Mm-hmm.
And
still
now
don't.
they can't give Connect away. They can't even trade him for a bag of Doritos right now. That's how bad his value is. Jerome.
That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know right now. That's all I need.
All right, let's go to the next one, man. Let's go. Oh, hold up, right quick. Dalton Connect is investing his money wisely. I smell career bench rider in his future. That might be his plight.
Hey, Vincent and Rev, I smell coach in his future. He might be coaching soon. That's how bad he is.
Well, let's get to somebody else who's on the move.
No.
James Harden all of a sudden wanted out
Coach,
of Los Angeles after they start winning some games because they won't give him a contract extension, which was the same story on why he pushed his way out of Philadelphia. He does it again in Los Angeles, and now he teams up with Donovan Mitchell. Seems like Donovan will have some more pillow talk with Coco coming soon with this whole James Harden.
Hold on, Rev, you woke me back up with that one.
With that being said, Red, what do you have to say about Harden being traded to Cleveland?
Well, all right, I wanted Coach to go first. I guess I'll go first on this one. I am just completely confused how James Harden keeps doing this. Why would he keep listening to and feeding into his trade demand? Dude is a loser. He ain't won nothing, man. Nothing. And every time he gets upset or want to pout like a little girl, there you go. Trade me. And these teams be doing it. And they always find a team that'll trade with them. I even heard the Hawks were thinking about trading for this clown. Man. Look. Cleveland. And now he's talking about Real. They talking about him and Coco's guy go team up and try to recruit LeBron that next year. Go ahead. Yo, boy, I want that to happen, Real. You know how, oh boy, give me a reason to hate on Cleveland again. Matter of fact, I love these moves. So I can turn back into the number one Cavs hater. Go ahead and get LeBron next year. You know, Real, how I will be on the Cleveland Cavaliers next year. And it's hard. I love Coco, but I don't love a boyfriend right now doing all this stuff, sanctioning all these silly moves. Are you kidding me? Get out of here, Donovan and James and LaQueen. You two, all y'all Cavs can eat or you know what. And I'm going to be the number one Cavs hater next year.
Coach, what do you got to say? I know it's not eat you or know what, but what you got to say?
The thing about it is, Donovan Mitchell actually told Coco, soon as him and James win a championship, then they're going to tie the knot. Well, Coco, you're going to be single a long time if you think that's going to happen, unless y'all get married during the regular season. Because he's a great regular season player. I mean, he's on fire. 26 a game, 8-9 assists, 6 rebounds. But soon as the playoffs start, you hear one of Rev's favorite sounds, the Pac-Man music. Blink, blink. You hear that, and James Harden, next thing you know, you hear 7-7-7. That's the average he's gonna have in the postseason. Coco, you better tell him to change that.
All right, let's see what Reverend Knight Nation got to say. Armani said, I can't stand Bunny Rabbit Harvey. I like that name. He just ring chasing, and with Cleveland being contenders, again, watch LeBron want to go back and try to get his last one in Cleveland. VP said James Harden has been a tease for the last 15 years. That's a good way to explain it. NBA teams keep falling for it. He needs to put some BO5 in that beer. Armani said, wait, so we mad that they trying to win a championship, Red?
They ain't winning nothing, man. I told you. Once I put my curse on them, they ain't winning nothing, Armani. I'm telling you. I hate it for Coco that she signed up. I don't even know why Donovan keep bringing. Leave Coco out of this, Donovan. Okay, leave her out this loser scenario you got.
Hey,
Sorry,
Armani,
Coco.
Hey, Rev,
Now-
we can tell Armani. I'll put Longhorn on it.
Now, Coach, let me ask you this. Now, did he really say that?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
he said they gonna get married after they win the championship.
Yes, he did. Donovan,
Go
I know
ahead, Rev.
Coco.
Tell us how long. Tell us, Rev, how long Coco gonna be single or waiting on that marriage ceremony.
If I were somebody who loved Coco and I knew I had a chance, I'd be sliding into her DM right now.
Man, let me step my game up, man. I think I got a chance, Coco.
I would slide into her DM right now because that ain't happening no time soon.
Donovan,
boy.
you embarrassing your woman with these silly proclamations, man. You need to
Like
leave
I think
out
Coco
with
should
this.
make. I think Coco should make him. Unless he's saying it like after we win this championship this year, then we're gonna get married. Now, if he's putting their marriage based on him winning the championship, she needs to leave him now.
That's what he's doing, real. He didn't say this year. He said, when we win the championship, that's when I'm going to marry my girl.
That's crazy. Armani said, of course you do, Coach, about Longhorns because I'm a cheerful giver for Longhorns. That's
Oh,
you
wait a
are,
minute,
bro.
Armani.
That's
Now,
you
wait a
are.
minute, I'm glad you ate some Longhorn off my dime last year. So what you talking about?
But
you
he
eating
did
good
set
off
the
my.
tone, though, Ed. He did drop. He did bless us.
Yeah, you did. I followed your lead, Armani.
He definitely did bless us. Let's move forward, gentlemen. Next topic at hand, Coach, you're on deck. Paul George suspended. What says you, Coach?
I'm gonna say this briefly. It's a shame when talent is wasted, and when these people do these things, taking this medicine, you got to know what's banned and what's not banned. I don't care what kind of sickness you have. You got a sickness, sit down somewhere while you get the right medication that's approved. For you to turn around and say, "Yeah, I took a supplement that was blah blah blah," and then you know it was banned. Paul George, I want you to retire, and I'll be upfront about it. Why don't you retire and stop playing with the NBA and taking money? Stop going to the bank with a mask and a gun. You taking money, dog. I mean, come on. You're too good to be doing that, to be doing stuff like that. That's a shame you're gonna end your career on something like this.
Brad, what you got to say, man?
Yeah, man. Coach is right on this, man. I'm surprised that this is how it's going to end for Paul George. I know I call him Pammy George or PG-13, but dude, I always thought you had some talent. It was a time when I wanted you on my Lakers back when you was flip-flopping, didn't know where you wanted to go. But, man, am I so glad we avoided all this doggone drama with you, Paul George. You haven't won anything since you left Indy. You didn't win anything in Indy. Now look at what your career has come to now in Philly. Eventually, they probably just gonna get rid of you. You wasted, like Coach say, you stealing money. $215 million contract. That is ridiculous. Then what is it about these players that keep getting busted for these all these steroids and performing in PAPDs? Can you not read, dog? They give you a list of what's banned and not banned every year, every sport. Can you players not read? When you go and take this stuff, read the bottle. Is this a banned substance or not? If it's banned, don't put it in your body. If it's not, okay. But read what the doggone list says as far as banned substance. Don't you have people around you that can find out, is this legal or not? Should I take this or not? What in the world? Dog, you guys have too many resources to keep making mistakes like this.
All right, let's see what Reverend Nation got to say. Going back to the last one, VP said Chris Brown is going to slide into Coco's DM, and Donovan will be on the outside looking in. No championship in his lifetime. Armani said, as a Sixers fan, I knew it was something off. He was doing way too good. The VP said Paul George is feeling the rigors and pressures of being relevant. The game is passing by. Key to mind is costing you your money and reputation. dang shame ninjas don't get it. Yeah,
I
and
agree.
somebody said as soon as he dropped 30, the NBA said we got to test him.
Right to it. I mean,
Yeah,
straight to it.
yeah. And I see
But
they were right to do it too.
yeah, and I mean that's a lot of pressure, especially in Philadelphia, right? Like if he were playing Indiana, even the Clippers, and if he had fallen off a cliff making 50 million, he might not have gone as far as he did. But Philadelphia got a whole different type of pressure that's going on. And we saw that with the offensive coordinator. Like some folk didn't want to become the offensive coordinator because they know the pressure, the ridicule that comes with being in Philadelphia.
I agree with Red Paul. You signed up for this dude. Nobody told you to take that money. Where did you
That's
think you were
fair.
going?
That's
You
fair.
took the $215 million to go to Philly as a free agent. Dog, Paul, I don't sympathize because you could have went and you could have went to Sacramento. You could have went to any of these teams and did what you did, just hang back because you're not winning in the championships and your star has completely faded. So, dude, this is on you, Paul. You took the money to go to Philly. You knew how tough the Philly sports media is. So, hey, man, that's what I'm saying. You guys got to think. Use your resources. You got people around you to help you make good decisions, and you guys still make these stupid, idiotic, asinine decisions.
That's a fair point. Very fair point. Very fair point. Took the money, so you got to take the scrutiny. Winston said PG pride won't allow him to retire the trajectory he was on. Then the leg injury has created the situation we have now. He had a career lined up for after basketball, but now that's up in there. He had a great podcast, actually. And Philly fans stopped him from doing that podcast because they were like, you spending more time podcasting and being on the injury list than you being on the court. And we don't take that 50 million you making lightly. Armani said Philly fans are absolutely no joke. They play no games when it comes to criticism. Facts on all accounts. All right, one more basketball topic before we go back to football. Lakers and Hawks moves. The Hawks get Jonathan Kuminga for Kristaps Porzingis in the on the trade deadline. Also, Red made mention of the center they got from the Memphis Grizzlies. They also traded Luke Kennard. The Hawks and Lakers made a trade. The Hawks get Gabe Vincent, and the Lakers get Luke Kennard. So what are your thoughts about the moves that were made? I know Red has investments in both of those teams, so I'll go with Coach first, and then we'll talk to Red. What you got, Coach?
Well, for the Hawks, it never hurts to get a guy who's shooting almost 50% from the three-point line. That's a bonus right there. When you need that outside shot to work. When you like the low post game is a little slumping a little bit, you can go and kick it out to those shooters and make baskets. For the Lakers, I know getting rid of Gabe Vincent is like kicking the third Wayans brother off the show. So that ain't no harm for them. They care less. Goodbye, Gabe. We ain't gotta pay you. And your 3 points a game, whatever you putting up. So that's a bonus for them as well.
You said like the third way is what you got, Fred?
That was a good one, Coach.
Yeah,
that's not how Lakers fans feel. Because when I told all the Lakers Nation that Vincent was gone, everybody was like, woo, holding up their hands in praise. Thank you. And to replace him with one of the best shooters in the NBA this season, in Luke Kennard, that's exactly what we needed. So I like the Lakers getting Luke Kennard because shooting, especially shooting off the bench, is what we've been lacking, Rev. So that was a good move for the Lakers. Hawks got enough offensive guys. So getting a guy that you can put on defense, Gabe Vincent's defense is better than his offense. So having Gabe coming off the bench, I guess for Dyson, because Dyson another defensive guy. So yeah, I guess I like that move for the Hawks because with the Hawks getting Kuminga and Hill and CJ McCollum earlier and Corey Kispert and now even Jocelyn Dale, man, real Hawks got guys that can put it in the basket. That ain't what it hurts. So if the Hawks defense can match their offense, well, the Hawks can sneak in the East playoffs and actually make it going because this team that they have, these guys all, man, you got so many guys on this team, real, that can drop 30 on any given night. They lead the NBA in assists, the most unselfish team in the NBA. So, like I say, you don't even know who to really focus on a given night. Yeah, you know Jalen, and the fact that Jalen's getting his triple-double steal with all these guys around him doing their individual things. I like that. Now, my questions are Quinn Snyder as the coach and our defense. Those are my questions about the Hawks.
All right, I spared you the mute button because you were talking about two teams that you emotionally invested in. So I'll let you get that extra in. Armani says Lakers made a great move. I will say this. It was a great move for both teams because Luke Kennard is actually who the Lakers thought Gabe Vincent was, who he's not. Right?
Well, Jonathan Connect.
Well, no. Here, catch me on the two guys who were traded. Gabe Vincent had a wonderful and unexpectedly good career with the Heat. What the Lakers thought he was a catch and shoot guy. No, he needs to handle the ball more, right? And they brought him into LA with LeBron thinking he was an AD as catch and shoot. He's not that guy that's just going to sit in the corner and be ready to hit shots. He likes to handle the ball a little bit. Luke Kennard is exactly what they thought Vincent was, where he's just waiting for the open shot. He's not looking to do a lot of ball handling. He knows when that ball is swung or skipped to him, he's ready to shoot the ball. So that was a great move for the Lakers, and it's a great move for the Hawks because the Hawks don't have a guy like a Luka, like a LeBron, that's going to be pounding the ball 85% of the time. Now, will Jalen Johnson be more that guy? A little bit, yes. But will he be it as much as Luka is and LeBron? No, because that's not his complete game. So I think it's a win-win for both teams. And I believe it's definitely a win for Gabe, who needs to jumpstart his career because his time in LA was lackluster at best.
Real, that's what I need to hear that analysis, Real. I appreciate it. Now I feel better about both moves and what both teams did at the trade deadline. And that's why you are NBA guru.
Well, I appreciate the designation of being so. Let's go to football. Last topic for 5 for 5. Red, you're on deck. No black coaches hired during this cycle. 2 were fired, but none were hired. 1 decided to take a year off in Mike Tomlin. What's your thoughts? Go with it, Red.
This is my thoughts about this guy. I'm just going to make it simple. The reason the black coaches are lagging because there's not enough black offensive guys in the coaching ranks right now. Not enough black offensive coordinators around. And a lot of these teams that made moves, they were looking to replace their coaches with offensive guys and offensive gurus or young offensive creative minds that can come in and change things. And that's what we're lacking in the NFL these days, guys. It's not enough young black creative offensive minds in the NFL, and that to me is a problem, and that's what we got to start fixing. The defense, if teams were looking for defense, then it probably would have been more black guys hired because there's plenty of black defensive gurus in the game. But just from my opinion, it's not enough young black offensive minds in the game. And when you fire your guy and your team is lacking for playmakers and precision and offensive effectiveness, if you're looking for an offensive guy and most of the candidates are young white guys, then that's going to affect the numbers in the hires. So that's to me what I'm looking at. And honestly, I'm to the point where the Rooney Rule, we just need to discontinue that because that is becoming a joke right now. You had all these folks, all these African American coaches and executives. Oh Lord, I forgot my time. That's the point right there. Coach, I'll let him talk. Go ahead, my bad.
Boy, you must have felt the power of my finger going to that mute.
I know. I said, wait a minute. I see too many people now.
Go ahead, Coach.
Well, Red, you are absolutely wrong. It's not enough beige coaches. That's what it is. It's the number of beige coaches. They're not around. No, you 100% right. Our guys don't gravitate toward offense more so than defense. We emphasize the hard hitting part of the game, the defense, and that's where a lot of them came from. Those defensive minds. And I don't know, just offhand, can think of too many offensively minded black coaches. I can't think of hardly any. There's not many out there. But now when it comes to defense, look at what just happened. Raheem, 49ers. Robert Saleh was one of the lucky ones because he was able to coach, get to Tennessee and be a head coach. But how long will that last if he doesn't have a competent offensive coordinator? Now Eric Bieniemy is back as the offensive coordinator, but how many plays you think he's gonna call under Andy Reid? None. Maybe some, maybe here and there. Pat Mahomes, they I mean, it's not gonna Bieniemy is not gonna make a lot of decisions, even though he's an offensive coach. But that's the problem. We don't have many guys that invest in offensive minds. Their defensive mind are par 100, excellent. But, you know, the Rooney Rule, I wish people would stop accepting job. I know it's for us to get invites, but don't get an invite to a job you know you're not going to get. Just say, no, that's okay.
I'm good.
All right, here it is. Armani said, Red is correct. Teams want offensive-minded coaches. Winston said, Robert Saleh is black and he was hired to Tennessee.
What?
Technically, by definition of what black is, he is, but he's not African American. And I think that's what the conversation is about when we say hired as black. But technically, he is black. So I understand where Winston's coming from. VP said, I'll pose this question. Do you think that the black players themselves are not gravitating towards these up-and-coming black coaches? No, I would disagree because we're seeing Ryan do great in Houston, right? Yeah. But the point that Red made was on point about there not enough offensive mind because we look at the three that still remain. Todd Bowles, defense, in Tampa Bay. D'Amico Ryans, Houston Texans, defense. Aaron Glenn, New York Jets, defense. The only offensive mind that I'm thinking about, and typically you're going to talk about a quarterback being an offensive mind who are going to orchestrate defenses, and especially the ones that play are mostly quarterback, like Kalen Moore in New Orleans. He was a quarterback. You look at who else? Jim Harbaugh, quarterback. You know, so those guys who played the game, who are offensive mind, are mostly quarterbacks because most of the other gurus are guys who didn't make the NFL, but they played quarterback at some position. I don't know anybody who played running back who's offensive mind. I don't know anybody who played wide receiver. The only black offensive mind that I know of that name was floated around for a little bit of time was Byron Leftwich. And he was the quarterback. You know, so we may see more offensive minds probably in the next 10 to 12 years because we see more black quarterbacks.
There you go. Yeah, I agree.
You know, so we
more
may see
black quarterbacks we have around, the more future offensive minds we have a chance for.
Exactly. You know, so it's going to be interesting what we see. All right, gentlemen, great 5 for 5 segment. Great topics you chose, Red. That was one of the best. There was 5 strong 5 for 5 topics. So I
forgot. I chose them good topics right
now. That's arguably the best 5 for 5 topic wise that we've had because we didn't have to stretch on any of them. So I appreciate it. Winston said, I'm sorry, Amani, I'll get to your comment. I missed your comment. He said, oh, okay. We got some more. VP, okay. He said this. I'm sorry. I'll get back to you, Winston. I agree with Red Rose. Black offensive minds are on the low in the league. Call it a lack of opportunity. I'm not sure. I think Byron Leftwich was our front runner. Yep. And he decided to leverage to ask to the Jaguars by requesting to have a different GM. Not sure what he was thinking in that moment. You're about to be a coach who works for the GM, not the other way around. Thoughts? Well, I think he understood like what was necessary. So it was almost like instead of just wanting a job, I want to succeed on the job that I want. So we see now that he was on the cutting edge of what coaches are now requesting. Like now coaches are requesting a hand in choosing the GM. Kyle Shanahan, he chose Lynch, right? John Harbaugh chose his guy. Stefanski got some guy, I'm sure, that he could work with. So Byron Leftwich was smart because before these coaches started requesting it, he already understood, hey, my success is tied to a GM that I need to be able to work with, not who just hires me and I'm like step and fetch it.
Right.
So
and he knew Trent Baalke. He knew him and Trent Baalke were gonna have issues.
Right. And that was smart. So he said, instead of being a laughing stock, being fired, probably one and done, I'll just make sure that if I'm ever hired, it's under the conditions that I know I can thrive in. So big ups to Byron Leftwich, because a lot of guys would have taken the opportunity and the bag that comes with the NFL, but he was like, no, I want to be able to be successful. So I give him kudos for that. Armani said, as an assistant high school coach, it's much more complex calling the offense to me than calling the defense. Now it is, because there are more nuances to playing offense in high school. Like when me and Red were in high school, it used to be run with 2 or 3 passes every now and then. Smash this, wham this.
Real, what you talking about? Real, what you talking about? 2 or 3 passes, maybe one pass. That's a
One
game.
pass, right? Yeah, I mean, and then right after we left, that's when they started passing the ball more. But you know,
and we had all that talent, all that speed we had, Real, with the receivers, and all they want to do is run the ball. Like, well, what were we practicing every day with all these speeches? I'm getting burnt in practice. We need to use some of these plays in the game. God.
Right. The game has changed. So now you got to have a creative mind who can draw offensive plays. Like I'll talk about Coatesville. They had a proficient offensive attack. Matter of fact, their quarterback just signed with a D2 school this past week, Millersville University, which is in Pennsylvania. But he could throw that ball around. They had excellent receivers. The game has changed. So you got to have somebody who could scheme offense. And then, you know, what's one of the things that big now in high school football that wasn't a thing when Red, you played, is the fact that they got 7-on-7. They ain't running the ball in 7-on-7. It's mostly offensive. I mean, I'm throwing the ball in 7-on-7. You know, so they working wide receivers and DBs.
I hate 7-on-7. Ooh, Lord.
Well, that's what the game has changed to, a passing game. Because remember, that's why they started devaluing the running back position in pro football. It was Saquon Barkley and now Bijan who are making it popular again, right? But, you know, you have folks like Jerry Jones who won his championships off great running back play, who started devaluing it once he got rid of Zeke Elliott, and just started putting patchwork back there. Thought, you know, he could just put anybody back.
Zeke got him for all that money and didn't do nothing after he got paid.
Yeah. Winston says the black coaches are historically pigeonholed. Remember Romeo Cornell being demoted from DC with the Texans, so Vrabel would have a DC listing before he went to HC. Then they re-promoted Romeo. I that's a fair point. I think the only issue that I have with that example is that Cornell was not charismatic, right? And as a black coach, I think there are just certain expectations that may not be on white coaches. And charisma comes with the deal. Like, I think most successful black coaches have some level of charisma to them, or they have some relatability to them. Like Tony Dungy wasn't the most charismatic coach, but he had relatability because he played in the NFL, right? And he speaks well, and he's maybe charismatic with his words more so than what he is with his personality.
It was
I think that's why
it was his integrity that made him charismatic.
Like Mike Tomlin, he's not like bouncing off the wall, but in the locker room, he has enough charisma where he gets the respect. Like you can just even see in his post-game comments how he's very charismatic with his words.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He's not boisterous on the sideline, but he's a different person in the locker room, as we saw when Antonio Brown leaked the locker room talk one year with Mike Tomlin. So I think Romeo just didn't have a lot of like that. That's what happened with
Romeo Cornell. Yeah, he's just laid back. He's not charismatic at all. He's laid back. He know how to coach. He knows he's a coach. He's a good coach. Know how to coach defense. But yeah, as a head coach, that's why he flamed out. I'm with you, Rev. That's why he flamed out all the time, because his personality is not up there to where he can gravitate the whole room. He's not going to inspire you. You really don't even want to listen to Romeo talk.
I equate the personality of a head coach like the personality of the president of the United States of America. Most of our presidents have been very charismatic. Joe Biden just happened to be at the right place at the right time where we needed a break from Donald Trump's charisma. But hate him or like him, whatever, Donald Trump has a whole lot of charisma. Oftentimes, in my opinion, is passed in the wrong direction. But the reality is he can galvanize, which is sad commentary on America, millions of people, right? Because he has a charisma that people flock to. President Obama, very charismatic, right? That was part of Hillary's problem. Smart woman, arguably the most qualified person to ever run for president of the United States, but not charismatic at all. But her husband, on the other end, Bill, he was so charismatic, people started classifying him before Barack as the first black president, right? I remember him still on the Arsenio Hall show playing the saxophone. And they were like, he got to be a brother, right? So there's a certain level of magnetism that you have to be a pro NFL head coach, and a successful one at that. Because I think Romeo Cornell is like in the same, Cornell would be in the same vein as Gerard Mayo, who the Patriots just fired last year. Mm. You see Vrabel is taking the team, of course, with some free agent acquisitions because they spent a lot of money in free agency, and now they're playing in the Super Bowl on tomorrow. We'll get to that right quick. Cornell wasn't a head coach at the time. Bill O'Brien was. Romeo was the DC. Vrabel was a linebacker coach, and they demoted Romeo for a year, then put him back in the DC post. Y'all missed my mess. All right, my bad for missing it, but you're kind of proving my point because Vrabel is more charismatic than Cornell. I mean, it's the charisma piece. And Cornell, they saw that Vrabel was going to be better at that job than Cornell was going to be, and we see the proof is in the pudding because Vrabel has gone to two different places and done great work. Mm-hmm. Like the Titans been garbage ever since he left. Mm-hmm. Now, in 1 year, he's taking the Patriots to the Super Bowl. So that makes sense on why they made that move. Like, kudos to the head coach who made that move. Like, kudos to Bill O'Brien for saying, listen, We'll get more out of Vrabel as the DC than we will get out of Cornell.
Yeah.
That's
we
a
love
smart
you,
move.
Romeo. You just wasn't that type of coach, buddy.
No, he wasn't. Armani, and we'll get to the Super Bowl. You can tell we're not overly excited about the matchup because we haven't rushed to Super Bowl conversation yet. Armani said President Obama's speeches are some of the best I've heard. He's very charismatic, no doubt about it. I mean, yes, we can. You know, that right there. I mean, that's iconic. Charisma goes a long way. I just hope that our brothers can get that and be great at it. These owners are forever going to hire those that they're comfortable with, meaning fellow YTE guy. You have to be lovable to these YTE, crinkly billionaires. Let's hope progress still in play. Yeah. And I mean, let's go back to Tomlin, right? Tomlin had no longevity as a defensive coordinator. Now, the charisma got to be shown in these meetings, too. Tomlin showed an uncanny amount of charisma in his interview with the Rooneys, where they said, we cannot let this guy get out of Pittsburgh without making him the coach.
Yeah.
And he stayed there for 19 years because the man has uncanny charisma, and then also he knows how to deal with the media. And that's another thing where I think some black coaches struggle. Just like, let's go back to Raheem Morris. He was a clown with the media because he said nothing. He said things that made you question, why are you still the coach? Every week, we got to fix things. Well, why aren't you fixing what you said you need to fix? Like just saying that starts meaning nothing. And it's basically saying you don't have what it takes to get things fixed. If we're talking about things repeatedly with players, with his lack of usage of timeouts, his strategy, how he can go looking, his team looks great one week and looks like one of the worst teams the next week. That shows you are incapable of getting the job done. So the media and being able to handle the media goes a long way as well. And your market matters. Like Todd Bowles would be fired if he wasn't in Tampa. Let's just be clear.
What? Woo, if he was in Philly, bye.
If he was in Philly, even if he was in Atlanta, he would have been fired by now because he would not be able to deal with the media. Like in Tampa, like it's a hot day. Man, I ain't going out there. I ain't worried about the car. I'm on the beach. I'm good. I'm in my yacht. I'm good. You know, so he doesn't have those kind of pressures in Florida because it's warm basically all year round. It's rare that you have snow. They just had some recently, but that's a rarity. I was just in Tampa 2 weeks ago enjoying 70-degree weather in January. Like that's where you want to be. So they ain't worried about no cold football. They got other things to be worried about. But you got to have charisma, right? You got to have charisma. Let's see here. How much charisma did Bill Belichick have? None, but you know what he had? A resume. And he had someone who vouched for him. And that was a Super Bowl winning coach in Bill Parcells. And he had a resume. On his resume, he coached arguably the best defensive player to ever play the game in Lawrence Taylor and won multiple championships with him. So when you get a Super Bowl winning coach along with one of the best players to ever do it to vouch for you, because you know, like in jobs, you have people who write letters of recommendation for you. And you have those two guys leading the way, helping you with your recommendation letters. 9 times out of 10, somebody gonna pay attention. Bill Parcells' name at that point meant something. Lawrence Taylor meant something. So he was a product of his production as a coach and people vouching for him. And to your point, it didn't work in Cleveland, but then he got in the right situation in New England, and the rest is history.
And he did win. He did win in Cleveland, that one team. So that kind of helped him out too. That 95 team.
Yeah. Thank you, Vincent. I was not up on the urban vernacular YTE, and so thank you for helping me out, getting my secular pronunciation key better. White, thank you so much. VP said Mike Tomlin is the epitome of charisma. He needs to conduct a masterclass on this. Eric Bieniemy could definitely benefit from that. Yeah, Eric, great coach, but he probably would never be a head coach because you got to lead men and you got to be charismatic. What PMO about Raheem is he is laughing and joking with the media after a loss because he has no content to provide. So that's how you kind of filibuster. Somebody wake Coach up there. Wake up, Coach. Armani said, and a losing record for sure. Armani says Sark not that charismatic. He got the Texas and the Falcons gig based on Nick Saban and Pete Corral vouch. There you go. Letters of recommendation by 2 championship winning coaches. So that goes a long way. All right, Coach.
Sark got a black wife. I don't care what the fan say. He got a black wife.
She got a lot of charisma.
Yeah, that's where the charisma comes. Right there.
Who is that?
Steve Sarkisian's wife.
Oh, wow.
Yes, she may have too much. All right, gentlemen, let's jump into this Super Bowl game. I want you to kind of tell the team's strengths, weaknesses, and then go into your prediction. So what are the team's strengths, weaknesses, and then what are your predictions? Who wants to go first?
I'll go, Coach. Coach Falfro. Okay, I'll go.
Go ahead, bro.
All right. Well, obviously, I'm choosing Seattle. I believe their offense is a little bit more experienced than the Patriots. I believe their defense is just cooking. I mean, you got Clint Kubiak running your offense. You got Mike McDonald from the Ravens running your defense. Special teams pretty solid. Your coaching is on point. Like I said, Seattle to me is just that team right now. Now, as far as the Patriots not that far away from them now. They're coaching pretty good with Vrabel running defense, Josh McDaniels running the offense. Quarterback, young stud and Drake May, probably not as experienced as Sam Darnold. Like I say, your offensive weapons, you got Diggs. It's probably your most heralded piece. You got Hunter Henry at tight end position. The 2 running backs, Henderson and then the other kid. Seattle, they running game is stalling right now because you're missing Charbonnet. You still got K. Williams III back there, but they're gonna be a little, all the running tasks is gonna fall on K. Williams III, whereas the Patriots have multiple guys they can get a rock to. I like Seattle's receiving core a little bit better than the Patriots receiving core because you got Cooper Kupp, you got JSN, you got those tight ends that are pretty solid, and like I say, Kubiak and McDaniels are both play callers I would trust, but I'm gonna go with Kubiak. I'm gonna give Kubiak the edge just because he's a little bit more creative than McDaniels. McDaniels is creative, but he's more creative basic wise. He won't teach you the fundamentals and the basic of it. He's gonna get creative how he teaches you, but Kubiak is about to be on the next big thing to me. So that's why I always favored him more. Like I say, Red, they even teams to a point, but I'm leaning towards Seattle mainly because to me they're more experienced. The Patriots are a young team, real young team. Like I say, didn't nobody really expect the Patriots to be here this fast. We didn't think Drake May was gonna grow up this quickly, but he has, and they've arrived. But they're still young, still got a little inexperience. They made it here basically because look how they got here. You got here, Houston didn't play their best. You had CJ out there turning the ball over. Denver didn't play their best. They missing their quarterback. and they had a blizzard come through, and you get by them 10-7. Seahawks they had to climb a mountain. You had to get past the 49ers. I think that first game, and then you had to get past your two division rivals again that first game. And to me, playing division rivals, and especially in the playoffs, is a tougher road than the Patriots had. So I'm just looking at Seattle's road to get here, and with the experience, and with Darnold, having to prove this one more game that I am the man. I know y'all didn't trust me before, but I have arrived too. So that's why I'm leaning more towards Seattle. I respect what the Patriots done. Like I said, the young up and coming Drake May has proved he deserves to be a top draft pick. Vrabel has proved he is that coach. But and Diggs has proved, well, I ain't gonna talk about Diggs. I just keep Cardi quiet. I appreciate Cardi being quiet this week. We ain't heard too much from Cardi, so that's good. But I still ain't choosing y'all, Stephon Diggs. But I'm glad you got to a Super Bowl. I'm glad you kind of rebounded your career a little bit. But I'm taking Seattle Rev because I've been riding with Seattle all year. That defense, I rode in fantasy all year. I like the Darnold story. I like the fact that he get to prove all his doubters wrong. Mike McDaniel, he was a young, nobody knew who he was. Before he got hired, he was a young defensive coordinator in Baltimore, and in 2 years he got his team in the Super Bowl. I like that stuff. I like the New England path too, but Seattle is who I'm rolling with, Rev, because I love their stories a little bit more. And I know folks just saying, "Man, got the Patriots already back in the Super Bowl again? We just got rid of him. Now he back again. God, what we got to do to get rid of this team?" Nothing, because they just that good. That's what happens when you have a well-run franchise, you guys. Hopefully one day our Falcons can know what that feels like. But in the meantime, I'm taking Seattle. Let's go Seahawks.
All right, Coach, your turn. What you got for us? Unmute yourself.
There we go. I'm with Seattle because I don't want New England to break our record of Super Bowl wins.
I knew it.
The weaknesses for New England is their offensive line. Their running game could be a lot better with Stevenson and Henderson, but their offensive line is kind of shaky at times. And Seattle, with that, they nicknamed that dark side defense, is going to cause a lot of problems for Drake May staying upright. I know he can move around in the pocket. I know he can run a little bit, but he's going to have to be moving a lot with that defense. Because Emanori, who was hurt, they thought he was going to be hurt, but he's going to play. For Seattle, their weakness is Sam Darnold. And why I say Sam Darnold is because he could regress back to that Sam Darnold that first came there and was slinging all those interceptions. But he can also be Sam Darnold, who has a core of offensive weapons, who can make the game a blowout. I don't think it's going to be a blowout personally. I think it's going to be a close game. And I just think I give Seattle 24-17. I think Walker is going to have a good running game, decent running game. And I think that the New England is going to focus a lot on Njigba, but Cooper Kupp and the tight end and those other guys are going to get open a lot because they're going to focus on Njigba so much. So Seattle is going to win. It's not going to be a walk away. A lot of folks are saying it might be, but I don't see it. I see it being a good competitive game. The weather will not have any factor at all because it's not supposed to rain. It's a decent, the temperature won't be as bad. So I give it to Seattle, 24-17.
24-17.
Yes.
All right, let me see.
I mean,
The VP says Seattle's defensive, offensive line, and running game is what got them there, and the occasional Sam Darnold making great decisions. Drake May is prone to make a bad decision against that defense. Special teams will decide this. Now, let's make sure we don't give a pass to Sam Darnold. Like it ain't like Sam Darnold plays lights out all the time.
Exactly.
So I think we got to also be reminded that Sam Darnold needs to make sure that his running game is on point to kind of offset him. You know, as some analysts have said, that Sam Darnold's success is based on how much yardage that Seattle gets on first downs. If they're like in 2nd and 4s and 3rd and 2, Sam Darnold is in much better position to be successful. But if he mess around being 2nd and long, 3rd and 8, where, you know, it's just he got to pass, Seattle might be in trouble. And I wouldn't downplay Vrabel's ability. Like, you know, Vrabel has the experience of having played in the game that's going to help New England quite a bit. Josh Daniels has the experience coaching in the game. So they can help their players in ways that Seattle's coaches can't. Talent, definitely I would go with Seattle. They definitely have the talent. Coaching, I would have to go with the New England Patriots. Just because I don't want to see New England win again, I'm going to give the edge to Seattle winning the game. But would I be surprised if New England does win? Absolutely not. Because they have persons who know how to bring victory their way. All right. VP said usually is Reverend Dr. Occasional Sam Darnold. Clint does a great job of hiding him. If that running game isn't on, then that would be a problem. That's why I mentioned what I mentioned. Because when you said the occasional Sam Darnold, we needed to put context with occasion. And I sought to use my ears or use my eyes and what I read, Mr. VP, to add the addition that you didn't initially put in there. So that's why I said what I said, sir. All right. Hopefully I made my point.
You sure worry about everybody's ears today.
You must have a contract with Q-tips. Glad it was fair play, Mr. VP. I appreciate that. He said also Vrabel's defense will bring it for sure. McDaniel's offense will be tasked with having to handle that Seattle defense. This same defense helped stifle the Rams. Alexa said, I guess Seattle by 320. VP said, Coach, you and that 410-pound numerology set the tone early. Red, I'm going to close the show with something that you were adamant about and kind of maybe highlight some things on why it may not have happened. So you definitely wanted Clint Kubiak.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. Now, Clint went to a situation where obviously he's going to be, in his mind, in a much better situation with a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He's going to get a chance to draft his quarterback with the Las Vegas Raiders. I think probably in retrospect, the Falcons may have never been on his radar.
Yeah, that's a point. That's a good point. I had to think about that. I mean, for us to wait this long and then realize he didn't really want to come here, that would have been crazy.
That would have been tragic, right? Because it's clear that if he didn't go to Baltimore, then he needed to go into a situation where he could have his hands on the quarterback position. And he's going to have full reign with Oakland and the quarterback that they bring in, because that quarterback will need him to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mendoza, he's pretty much going to be coaching Mendoza. So
yeah, he's going to be tied to the hip with Mendoza at the end of the day. With the Falcons, you don't even know who's going to be on the roster.
Right.
You got no draft pick.
Right.
to get somebody in the first round. If you did get somebody in the first round, you'd be stretching since you're not getting Mendoza.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think in retrospect,
this was made for Stefanski.
Well, I'm not going to say Stefanski, but Stefanski made more sense than Kubiak because Stefanski trying to get back in the game, right? So he's trying to prove himself again.
Right, trying to prove himself that Cleveland was a mistake.
Right. Kubiak had the choices that he wanted. And he was going to make sure that he picked the right situation that was going to benefit him.
Yeah, I got what you're saying. Kubiak was the high name. Stefanski was the guy just trying to stay relevant.
Yeah, he's trying to rebrand himself, right? Mm-hmm. So the Falcons needed somebody who's already coached before. So they were the best marriage for that particular situation. Plus, he's an offensive mind.
And seeing Bijan and all the guys love him so far. I don't want to explain that, but he just met him, Bijan. Calm down, dude.
Yeah. Well, I think Bijan would rather have Kevin Stefanski than Zach Robinson.
Of course, yeah. I'll definitely give you that now, kid. If I'm choosing between Stefanski and Zach Robinson, I choose Stefanski.
Yeah. So like they're thinking about Bijan, thinking about his side of the ball. And he's like, look what I did with Zach Robinson. Now, if I have somebody competent, imagine what I can do.
And Zach has had moments when he had Bijan over there on the bench looking like he was just pissed off. So that's what Bijan
exactly not having him in the game during key times. 3rd and 3, game on the line, he on the sideline. I know Stefanski gonna have Bijan in on 3rd down. I ain't worried about that at all. Yeah.
He's gonna run. Be my man, Bijan. If you want to carry, you gonna get him, buddy.
Yeah, and so it's a win from that standpoint. On
like I say, Rev, if the Falcons can win in free agency in the draft, I probably what I'm saying. The more we move toward the season, the more upset or the more acceptive I'll be with the way things are.
You mean receptive?
Yeah. Hey, y'all, I mess up my SAT words sometimes. Okay, this is my best stuff.
Man, you got a Jerome K spirit right there. Accepted.
Well, I was honestly, I was trying to figure out which word did I want to use. Did I want to use accepted or did I want to use receptive? And it's like I tried to combine them.
Yeah, like I was like, where'd you get that word from, bro?
Vincent, don't say nothing, Vincent. You better get out, Vincent. Come on, give me a pass. I'm not like this all the time. Well, I know Vincent about to say something.
Oh man. That was funny. All right, let me get to these comments, then we'll go to you out the right. VP said Clint will revitalize Vegas. He's about to have that Mendoza kid hot, little running back that's already there with talking about Genty, and he gets to start anew. Falcons had to be a last call choice for him. I agree.
All right. Lord, we ain't that big.
Armani said, as Falcons fans, we forget the coaching candidate has to want to come here as well. That's fair.
You're right.
Clint will also be getting a bowl cut his first week in Vegas. They will tape that haircut at the Bellagio.
I hope that's all he getting at the Bellagio.
I'm sorry. Bellagio. All right, gentlemen. Let's get to you had the right. As we conclude this Super Bowl edition of the Red and Red Sports Show, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for indulging us, being almost 40 minutes late, coming on. Greatly appreciate you. Red, what you want? Who has the right to do what, when, where, how?
All right. Gerald Miller. Oh boy, I'm so glad I need to stop running. Gonna be writing down like you have the rights now, so I can have some good ones. Jared Miller, dude, you have the right to get you a new hair replacement system. If y'all don't know who Jared Miller is, that's the boxer who had an embarrassing moment this past weekend. He got hit so hard, his hairpiece flew off his head. So, like I say, dude, you have the right to tell your people to get you the proper hair replacement system or the proper toupee doing boxing match. Matter of fact, don't even wear the piece when you fight, man. If stuff you gonna allow stuff like that to happen. So, Jared Miller, you have the right to improve your headgear or your headwear. All right.
All right, Coach, what you got, man?
North Carolina, you have the right to come out and give Duke a game, a thrashing, a beatdown, and for you to take them out and give everybody a great game. They got two good games on. They got Houston and BYU right behind you. That's going to be a good one. But North Carolina, this is your showcase. Put on a show and take Duke out. Hey, Joe, I know you're listening. We coming for you, baby.
Now,
Okay.
Coach, am I done? Is UGA done?
Are they done?
As far as tournament, do I have anything to look forward to?
They still looking pretty good as far as I know.
Okay.
Unless something happens.
They definitely need to make a good SEC run.
Yeah.
In the tournament.
That they gonna have to do.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing that may hold them back is how well they do in the SEC tournament. Let me go on play on what Coach just talked about. Duke and North Carolina. I'm not choosing one team over the other. I don't have a dog in this race. But you all have the right to give us a classic Duke North Carolina matchup. This would be huge for college basketball. It'd be huge for college basketball recognition. So give us an epic game. Please no blowout. Let it go to the end and give us an epic Duke North Carolina battle. That's what you both have the right to do from the sports realm. With that being said, let's see. Armani said, I believe Clint's father, Gary, was in his ear on which job to choose. That's a strong possibility. Armani said, North Carolina, you have the right to beat Duke tonight. Haven't been excited about this game in a while. Facts.
Well,
Man.
I guess I'm gonna have to go with Duke there. And Coach and Armani cheering on the same team. I'm gonna go with the Duke guy. Because real to be fair, one of those guys might be playing on the Hawks next year. So I got
Well, Caleb Wilson might be playing for the Hawks. Boozer could be playing for the Hawks.
Yeah, so
so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, and it's going to be interesting to see if the Hawks wind up signing Jonathan Kuminga long term.
Yeah, his play during the rest of this season and our chances of getting one of these guys are going to have a huge effect on that decision.
Yeah, because those guys we just mentioned, like those guys would be, in my opinion, on the radar more than Jonathan Kuminga. Like I would go with Boozer, Wilson, what's that dude's name? BYU DeBonsta. How you pronounce his name, Coach? DeBansta, whatever. I would go
like the kid in Kansas too, real, but not as a front court.
He's what you need.
Definitely.
Peterson is the most polished player.
Yeah, he can shoot the lights out the gym.
Like what he did against Bonsta last week.
Oh my goodness,
was criminal. Like he proved, barring injury, He is by far the number one pick in this draft.
In the first half.
In the first half. Like, it was clear. There was no comparison between the two players.
Mm-mm.
And we saw, by way of the second half, just how much he meant to Kansas. It's not like Kansas is loaded, because Kansas almost messed around and lost the game.
Yep.
Once he didn't play in the second half because he got hurt.
Now, is he really injury prone like that, or is it just some nicks and crannies to him?
It depends on who you talk to, because some folk are stating, and this is a character issue, that he might be tanking or doing load management.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to overextend himself in college. That's what the word on the street is when it comes to him.
Well, he better figure it out, because I don't want no Hawks drafting no questionable player, man. I need integrity behind this guy. I need to know you really ball and not just you holding something back because you scared you're going to get hurt. If you're scared you're going to get hurt, then you're going to get hurt. So you can't be playing like that.
Well, let's be clear. He is a baller.
Yeah, I know, that's what I say. That's why I want him. If he's a baller, I'm just trying to see, is he injury prone, or is he just nicks and crannies, and he'll probably better condition himself when he get to the NBA. Because if the Hawks get this guy, and I'm liking this guy, I can't be vouching for, because I've heard him compared to certain players, and when you hear a certain name, that's gonna wake me up, and the name.
Who did you hear him compared to?
Who you think? Why would I want him so much?
Kobe?
That's right.
No, sir.
Nothing. Nowhere close to him.
I ain't gonna say nowhere close. I ain't gonna say close. Flashes.
I don't think that's the right comparison.
Probably not.
Like I can't see a Kobe comparison until I see what his game looks like in the pros.
Right.
Okay.
Right, because I don't, in the NCAA, you don't see a lot of ball dominancy. So I don't know if it's handled like the way he can set up people and so forth. So I don't know if he has that ability. He can definitely shoot the lights out. He can definitely get his own shot. He definitely can lead. Like those things. Ain't no question. But calling him Kobe, I don't know. Now, do I think he shoots better than Kobe right now at that same age? Yes.
Okay.
Like his jumper is wet. And he can rise up like Kobe and shoot over people. He can do that. But does he have the Mamba mentality?
Well, yeah, that's what's gonna have to have. Yeah, you gotta have a package for me to put you in that category.
Yeah, we need a little bit more evidence before we take it to that level. All right, let's close it out.
Yeah, because I got to make a move, fellas.
VP said, Bad Bunny, you have the right to slay halftime show. The other halftime is going to be as dry as Little Caesar's pizza. Bad Bunny will bring the ladies to the tube for sure. He told y'all that you had 2 months to learn some Spanish piece. Armani, this kid can shoot the lights out now. That's for sure. He can. All right. Thank you, everybody.
I'll be watching everybody. We're gonna finish. We're gonna have this discussion over the next few months. So we'll talk about it.
All right. That concludes episode 410 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. Thanks to Coach and Rev. Coach and Red, my bad. Calling you an honorary reverend. That would be must-see TV right now.
That's a
somebody added y'all listening to it.
Yeah. Thanks so much, VP. Appreciate you. We'll be back. Same Facebook page, same YouTube channel. Hopefully back at our regular time, 10:30 next Saturday. Peace and love, everybody. Enjoy your Super Bowl weekend. Be safe out there. And we look forward to being able to rap about Super Bowl next Saturday on episode 411 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. We're out of here. Peace and love. Oops. I done changed the song. My bad. We out of here. My bad.
All right, you guys. I got to get a move on running some errands. So I'm gonna